Warm greetings from the high 10. It's Everyday Shenanigans. Thanks for joining me. This evening, if you can bear with me, I'm going to try not to talk as much. I prefer this evening to be more about the commenters in the chat. If you cannot join the live stream, then I'll exit the room because right now I'm just not feeling the best and my patience is very short. So I'm just going to keep it real with you. I prefer that people who are new to this channel to hit the link and give their opinion, because I have too many subscribers at this point for there not to be other people hitting the link to give their opinion on the said matter. As most of you know who follow the storyline pertaining to Summer Wells, the bio donors have made a mockery out of the child's name and the case itself. And it is utter buffoonery what they have done. Random people who don't know these people, don't know the children, don't know the case. So they think they do, but they do not. And also people on the network, which is YT. And from now on, I won't be using the word content. It'll be the YTQ. It's utter buffoonery what has been going on. It's sickening to me. The title speaks for itself for this said video. And for those of you who are not equipped the English dictionary, then I'll give you a definition of snare in case you didn't know what it means. A trap for catching birds or animals, typically one having a noose of wire or cord. 2, a length of wire, gut, or hide stretched across a drumhead to produce a rattling sound. Catch a bird or mammal in a snare. What does it mean biblically? A contrivance often consisting of a noose for entangling birds or mammals, trap, gin entry, something by which one is entangled, involved in difficulties, or impeded. Synonyms for snare. Listen carefully. Bag, capture, catch, ensnare, entrap, and trap. What all these words mean to come to possess or control by or as by seizing, trap, snare, entrap, ensnare, imply seizing by some device that holds the one caught at the mercy of the captor. What is understood needs no explanation. You're caught up in these heathens' buffoonery, this web that they have weaved, woven, whatever tense you want to be in. And you like it. For the likes, the views, laughing, we make jokes, on, but it's sickening. Cussing and fussing and going on and talking about this one and that one and who said what, who didn't know what, who got a receipt, who don't got a receipt, what's the truth. You know nothing because you weren't there on June 15th. So therefore, you know nothing. You don't know anything. Because the two people who have spun the trap, laid the trap that you have gotten yourself hooked up into like a fool, have been deceptive. So therefore, you don't even know what you're listening to. Hit the link if you want to give your opinion pertaining to Mr. Dudley coming forward with said information. If you believe Mr. Dudley, why you believe him, said information of utter nonsense. This is an open chat. If you have not spoken on Everyday Shenanigans, please feel free to hit the link. I would prefer all mods to stay down in the chat. Thank you. Hello, dear. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you so kindly. Rebecca, what are you speaking about? Hit the link. Stop chatting in the chat. That's what the link is for. Make use of it. I didn't build this channel on lives. Let me make this clear to you. Because naturally, when you start out talking in your cell phone computer, you're not a partner with YouTube. It's not until they accept you that you can go live. So take advantage of the situation. Come on now. I'm not trying to do a lot of talking this evening. This is for me to hear your opinion. You chat, you jump from chat to chat, channel to channel. Yes, Queen watches. You comment excessively, but yet you can't talk on the link. I don't understand it. Okay, Justice, whatever. Hello, Chef. How you doing, sweetheart? My birthday's not until the end of the month, Sharon. But thank you. I said, please do not use any YouTuber's name in my chat. Please, I don't want any confusion in from my channel. These people are ignorant that's up here on the YT. I don't want to be a part of the BS. I had enough of that with Cal City. I don't want no parts of this. So don't mention anybody's channel name in my chat. Just say you heard this and that, please. You heard this, you heard that. But do not mention anybody's name in the chat. We will get what you're saying. Hello, John. How you doing, sweetheart? Yes, another round is coming. Yes. I give up. 112 in the room. Well, I'm a little hoarse, okay? So this is your opportunity to give your opinion, as I do in all my lives, but I have got to lower my tone and lower my speaking time on the live. So that is why I'm inviting you to speak. Jesus. Thank you, Donna. Miss Joy, come on now with all that. Well, you are free to start your own channel. Please. I'm not going to sit up here and talk for hours. I can't do it. That's the purpose of the link, is to have people have a chance to give their opinion. You can't honestly think someone wants to read hundreds and thousands of comments. Come on now. Hello, Vampy. Hello, So. How you doing? Well, I'll sit here. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Thank you, Miss Burmer. Thank you, Christy. Well, which one are you speaking of, sweetheart? It's right above you, Irene. I'm okay, John. I haven't been feeling the best past 2 days. Hello, darling. Hello, 2521. How are you? Well, there comes a point when this shenanigans is redundant. The stuff I've been seeing as today, just sad to me. Folks cussing and fussing. In one video, I was laughing because the stuff he was saying had me cracking up. But it's very sad, all this is going on. No, Tucker. No news. I'm trying, Dee. Thank you, honey. Good evening, dear. Well, maybe not. Hello. If there's anybody out there in the YouTube land, you're welcome to hit the link to give your opinion on the latest buffoonery going on. I've not kept up with everything that goes on, but I don't have that kind of time. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, where are you calling from?
From Texas.
Oh, how are you?
I'm good. Sorry you're not feeling great.
Thank you. So what do you have to say pertaining to Mr. Dudley coming forward and all these other storylines that have been popping up? I don't keep up with everything. Please refrain from using any YouTuber's name while you're speaking.
Okay.
Just say you heard, just say what you heard, what you read, what you saw. Thank you.
I just want to say what I believe. I believe that Don, Candace, Grandis, I think all three of them are guilty of sin. I think they all have some part in her disappearance.
Okay.
And unfortunately, I don't believe she's with us any longer. And so they have a part in her murder or cover up. One or the other. And it's sad. It's pathetic. They're ridiculous. I don't know what's going on with the TBI, how they haven't got enough evidence against these people yet. Because in the public eye, it seems that they should.
So you don't think, listen, hold on. So you don't think law enforcement is on to greater evidence in this case?
Well, I'm sure they have evidence, but I don't see how they don't have enough evidence, even without a body,
for arrest, is what you're saying. You think they should have something
for an arrest? Yes.
Oh.
Yes, and I think if they could arrest one of them, Don or Candace, that one would turn on the other with a deal that's good enough for them. So,
what about you, Diamond Girl? Do you believe they have enough for an arrest?
I don't think they do just yet.
Do you think they're doing their job?
I think they're trying. Yes, and I listened to several creators who played that footage or that audio from Dudley or whatever, and I mean, of course it's just more drama and everything, but I kind of feel like he had to come forward in a way because what person wouldn't want to come forward and like defend themselves, and
so are you saying that he should have came forward in the beginning when when it was spoken that, because we didn't know his name. I didn't know his name at first. So Don, I don't remember Don mentioning his name. So you think he should have came forward in the beginning when Don was talking about him?
Well, that would have been an option. Obviously, he spoke to the authorities in the beginning, so maybe he didn't feel the need to have to do anything other than that, because he did speak to the authorities, and according to him, he's cleared, and according to Don, he's cleared and everything. But it to me, it's frustrating because it just goes to show how deep the rabbit hole goes. And at some point, the authorities just need to cut it off and say, this is what we have, and they got to make their move, and I think they're going to make their move pretty soon. I'm hoping, but it's just,
sorry.
Excuse me. Oh, no. So I was just saying that, there's certain things that I believe that I don't believe that he had anything to do with Summer's disappearance.
Who is he? Dudley?
Dudley, yes.
Okay. Hello, Irene. How are you?
I'm fine.
Where are you calling me from?
From Spokane, Washington.
Okay. Hello, Miss Washington. What do you feel? How do you feel about Mr. Dudley coming forward?
Well, I don't know very much about him, but it seems to me like
let's say for the record. Hold on, I don't mean to interrupt you. We don't know any of these people. How about that?
Exactly, and I haven't heard a lot of the different creators who have covered the case. I just listened to a few of them, okay. But it seems to me like Dawn has been trying to set him up from the beginning, and it's part of the premeditation.
So you do believe this is orchestrated, ma'am, or no?
Absolutely. I mean, there's so many different
Absolutely.
65.
details,
Okay. 65. You think it's
details
orchestrated?
that point to premeditation.
65. You think it's orchestrated?
Do I think that the
That this
what
is orchestrated, sweetheart? Do you believe this is orchestrated?
I do think that Don has orchestrated it to, it's just another false lead.
Okay.
Basically.
Gallagher, what about you? Orchestrated or no?
Absolutely.
Okay. Go ahead,
And
Irene.
he's been throwing Dudley, even though he said Dudley was cleared, he said that Dudley had someone do it. I mean, get out of here. He's been so ridiculous.
Irene, what were you gonna finish saying, sweetheart?
Well, when he was talking on another creator's channel, Don was saying that he was a blatant drug addict in some strange, extreme way. But the idea that he deliberately created a conflict at work with Dudley and then turned around and fired him the day before someone went missing, to me, it was like he was setting him up to
So
look
you
suspicious.
believe that? Do all of you on the panel believe that he fired him to implicate him?
Yes.
Really? Interesting. I hadn't given that a thought. That never
And
crossed my mind.
he created conflicts at work by giving him dirty mud with junk in it and
Well, I
bad
think
mud.
that's him. Listen, I think that's Don anyway.
Well, if he wanted the job,
That's what people need to understand about everything you're hearing and seeing on YouTube with this person and Candy. They were doing these things before Summer went missing.
And the thing also is he knew Dudley from before. He knew him from years before. He had worked with him and as as a fellow employee and everything. So he had a past with this guy, but I think that he just I don't know if so much that he like is setting him up or anything, but I think it's
I thought
just
that was interesting that some of you think that, because I would have never thought that. I think Don is just who he is. He's a shit stirrer. He keeps up
he's
stuff.
he's a manipulator.
He's a manipulator. He's just a troublemaker.
Yeah, he just does. I mean, for him, it's fun.
He would have been. Listen, you got to remember something. He was talking to him and others that way before Summer was missing.
Right.
Not that I'm saying what you're saying isn't truth or not, but just saying who he is and what we've seen of him.
Mm-hmm.
He's a shit stirrer. He's a troublemaker. He's always been this way. He's an instigator.
But it suits his purpose to lead everybody down the rabbit hole.
and the cops didn't implicate him. The cops immediately cleared him. So that tells you a lot.
Right.
Say that again.
Immediately after they interviewed Dudley, the cops said that he wasn't a suspect.
Who wasn't a suspect?
Well,
Dudley.
Yeah, Dudley had an alibi because
Dudley's always had an alibi that the cops accepted.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought they said that everyone was still, no one was cleared.
Who is this? Is this Amy speaking?
It's Angela.
Hi, I'll be quick. I'm a little tired. I had
It's too many y'all coming here gangbusters. Who was that speaking? Because I can't answer. I can't see her. Okay, go ahead, Angela.
On the I'm sorry. Do you hear me?
Yes, go ahead, honey.
I'm sorry. No, I don't want to interrupt anybody.
Who was speaking?
This is Amy.
Okay, Amy, go ahead and speak. Where are you calling from?
I'm from New Jersey. I'm in bed because I had a long day, but I figured I'll call you in. But I think that this is just Don deflecting again. What it is people that are guilty will accuse others what they are guilty of. So I just think this is a classic thing. Things are, so much attention on him. This is just another way for him to take attention.
Do you believe anything that Dudley said in his commentary to Miss Sweetie Pie?
I didn't hear all of it, but I do believe he was probably set up that you had another commentary, another stream that you were talking about how you believe that Don was upset with how he was doing better work. He had a better work ethic, and that Don is just trying to take the heat off of himself.
I think he would implicate anybody that was visible at the time. So that's why I said this is who he is anyway.
It is who he is, but I'm just saying he deflects. He's going to find somebody to take the heat off of himself.
Because that's the whole point of this game. You see, it's gone from over here, over there, Pookie, Ray Ray, Bubba. You understand what I'm saying?
He's making more casts.
He's adding to truck. Now it's a blue van. Now it's this. Do you see what I'm saying?
But it's called chaos. It's like to make it more chaotic. So then you take the focus off of Summer. The
focus is off of Summer, basically.
Well, he took the focus off of Summer. It's all focusing on these cast of characters, and people have to stop paying attention to all these other people and just continue focusing on Summer to try to get to the bottom of this, because we have too many kids that are missing in this country, and there's too much chaos in this country. There's all these problems.
Yeah,
all these babies
somebody
are
in
gone.
the chat is saying, Luna in the chat says he's giving the jury reasonable doubt. Yes.
Well, that's one of the problems. That is a problem because
Casey Anthony, stay woke.
Yeah, and unfortunately that's the danger in a case like this, is that if they have enough time, if the criminal has enough time and has an attorney that is smart enough, they can create reasonable doubt and people get away with murder because.
And they would get bored with these people. Let me tell you something about people on trials. They become bored easily.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing you want, is a bored juror.
Right.
You listen to all that we've been listening to on social media for 6 months. Imagine that in a courtroom.
Yeah.
She said, YouTuber this, YouTuber that. You would chew your paw off.
Right.
That's just because
your paw off, and you would start to forget what is important while you're in the court. You're ready to go pee. You're ready to go get a drink of soda pop.
Well, this was been tried in the court. This is the court of public opinion. That's the problem. It's that's what this has been. We've had a trial in the court of public opinion for 6 months, and that you're right. That is a danger, and it's like
it's just muddying the waters, and
that's sad to me. It's so sad. And then the things that the other people are doing up here, they have a channel. I mean, it's like you all act like you know these people. You act like you know Summer. You act like you know her. You act like you know these parents. I'm really baffled at people's behavior, that you get so immersed into this, because I don't condone. There's certain behaviors I just don't condone, and meddling is one of them. It's called meddling. You have to know.
Some of these creators are like becoming friends with them, and
but you have to tread lightly in talking to these people, because it's the age-old thing. You don't know these people, and you're going to sit at the table with somebody who possibly killed a child. Think about how the fact that someone has to tell you that means there's something literally wrong with you. There's something wrong with you here.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to play Oprah Winfrey, Walter Cronkite. You're not those people. They've been afforded that opportunity to bring you on, interview you, talk to you, ask you questions. We are not on that caliber. And some of these YouTubers think that they are. Maybe you ain't.
Wow.
You lost your way. And it's sad. Running around these people, wanting to see what's going on. You have to tread very lightly in getting yourself involved in something that, one, is really none of our business, tell you the truth. Some of it might hurt somebody's feelings, but this is really none of our business. It's just something you heard on the news about a kid missing. But when you start getting involved and banging on people's doors and running around and stuff, you can't actually think that that's normal behavior. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, it's not normal behavior, but also I think that in a way, law enforcement has a heavy responsibility regarding that, because sometimes
they don't want you to do it. They don't want you to do it.
yeah, you know, and and so it's left to the, you know, to the circus members, you
Yeah,
know.
it is.
And
I mean,
It's very dangerous.
it's hard to believe, seriously, that she's even real at this point. Let me say that. Because it's gotten so out of control that you really don't even know that she's real.
Yeah.
Because you haven't seen her. Because it goes back to what I'm saying. You don't know these people. You've never met these people. You've only had a few of these little crazy ass people that have made their way to Tennessee to be up in his peripheral to say, oh yeah, I saw Don Wells. But you haven't seen Summer. You haven't seen his children, because allegedly they're in the state's care. You understand what I'm saying? It's almost like a whole different universe with these people. All this stuff that they've got going on, all these random people on YouTube jumping in the pot like they know.
Yeah, it's like people jumping from parallel universe to parallel universe or something, you know. It's like, I heard something funny today when somebody said, you know, how Don is how he just loves the attention and everything. And
because he's never been about anything.
And how if somebody came up to him and asked him, oh, can I have your autograph? You know, he'd give it. And I bet he would, you know, because he thinks he's a star now.
He's never been an important person. And the people who are jumping on the bandwagon, running around like a chicken with their head cut off, they're the same way. Don't you see the parallel?
Yeah. They think they're stars too.
They're really no different than Don and Candy.
Yeah. Did you see that picture of Candace holding up the newspaper?
What are you solving? This is what I'm trying to understand. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I feel like, I mean, where's the authority? Like, who's going to step up and do something and put an end to all this? Like, who has the authority and who has the power to bring this to a truthful end?
The only way this can come to an end is if somebody admits what they did to the child. That is and law enforcement's evidence on what they have gathered. That's it. One or the other.
Well, the only good thing too, yeah, I think you're right about that. And the only good thing, you know, like we saw in with Scott Peterson, you know, they did convict him without a body. So that was a good precedent to set, because they're going to probably have to do that if they ever get to that point. They're going to have to do that with Don and Candace, because like you said, they're not going to, I don't think they're going to ever admit it. But if they have
it's gone on too long now, 6 months now.
You think it's too long? What about Barry Morphew though?
I don't follow that case, so I can't give my opinion on that.
Huh?
I don't follow it, so I can't give my opinion.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
It took a year.
Well, I think that if you get Don arrested on his 30-year trail of crime, he will turn on Candace into jail.
You know what? Let me talk about that with you all for a minute, because he, you know, I don't mean to be rude, but why do you all keep thinking that he would get 30 years?
No, he doesn't get 30 years. He's been on a crime spree for 30 years.
But I want you all to think about some things that some people have been saying in the chat about this law here, about this under 8 and abusing the kids. You have no proof that he would get a day in jail on nothing, because the one thing everybody see, this is where I get irritated, because nobody's listening. He's free.
Something's wrong that he's free.
See, that's what you don't understand.
This is so corrupt.
Talking about abuse and neglect and CPS and yah, but you don't focus on the obvious. He and Candy are free now. How long do you think it actually takes for me to see evidence that you were beating your children? You know they talked to the kids. Ding, ding, ding. Bingo card. That's water under the bridge. 6 months of water. You've talked to some neighbors. You talked to some family. You've talked to somebody at a schoolhouse. Stay woke.
But they don't have the evidence They don't have the evidence. No, they don't have the evidence.
But we're the kids in school.
You're not listening.
I'm trying.
They are free.
Well,
Yes.
something's wrong with that
You
picture.
keep going on about criminal records and essay and what somebody said from Utah and CPS was investigating, and you are basically talking in circles. Because in the end, if you're going to keep saying all that, then ask yourselves why they are free. Without a murder of a child. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I don't
Because you can't keep
understand why
saying it
Don's
over and over and over. They're free. That's what nobody seems to understand. They are free.
I don't
So when you
understand
start,
why Don.
huh?
Sorry, I
Go
don't
ahead.
understand why Don's still free. I thought his stepsisters had pressed charges against him. What's going on with that? Why is
That's what
that
I'm,
taking so
this is
long?
this is what I keep trying to make you understand. Scratch that. You don't know nothing about that.
Okay.
You don't know nothing about no essay over there. That Utah, put it way back in the closet. Let's stay in Tennessee.
Is it because there's no power
Let's stay
in
in Tennessee.
there's no power in the law enforcement and in the authorities, really? They don't have the will to do
That's
it.
the one thing that nobody acknowledges when they keep talking about all that stuff. You refuse to answer the obvious question. They are free.
For now.
Why? A lot of people go to jail for these. A lot of
You're
people
still
go
not
to jail
following me.
for
You can't
DUI.
keep using the excuse that CPS is involved and they're free. Make it make sense. You mean to tell me whatever they did so horrible, it wasn't worth an arrest of some abuse for your children? It just was they're unfit. We'll take their kids. Now you following me? Are you following me?
So why are they free?
That's the point I've been trying to make everybody listen.
Because
you can only throw those. You can only keep throwing up the same thing over and over. You're answering your own question. You keep accusing them of this, and this, but they're free. How many times I'm gonna keep saying it till you get it? They are free.
So that means there's no power in the authorities that there's no power in the authority to do anything about it. So that's why they're still free. I mean, that's the only conclusion I can come to when I look at the big picture. If they're still free and they've done all these illegal things, then that must mean that the system
CPS would have pressed charges. Thank you.
the system isn't working. The system is broken. Right?
See, that's why I don't entertain until you bring me a receipt. I don't entertain nothing about SA, CPS involved, because I use these right here. They're free. See where I'm going? See,
but some people
you all won't pay attention to that. You just want to keep talking about what somebody told you on somebody's channel. Okay, you're going to say it how many times, but they're still free. You see where I'm going? And don't get me wrong, but what I'm saying is the truth. How many times you going to keep repeating? They did this. I know they did it. I know they did it, but they're free. See where I'm going?
Yes.
They are free. They have not been arrested for no child abuse, no beating no children, no nothing.
They're not being held responsible for any alleged crime.
Right. T says it. There's no substantial evidence of anything alleged. Thank you, sweetheart.
Well, there was substantial evidence enough for them to take their children away.
6 weeks later.
Yeah.
Why 6 weeks later? I'm going to keep saying that till you all understand what the point I'm trying to make. It took you
public
6
pressure.
weeks.
Public pressure.
You had a right by the child if you knew something before she went missing and the day you went to the house to see about the Amber, the child missing. So what made you 6 weeks later take their children?
One of the other creators called for it. And he said they took the Cow City boys, siblings. Why didn't
they took them on the spot? That's a difference. See, listen.
Exactly.
They took them on the spot.
And then they didn't take the boys.
That's the point I've been trying to make.
So
why would they, on this case over here, As Duty Ron said, they saw something, Johnny on the spot with Cal City, and took the remaining 4. You took these 3 6 weeks later. Why did you wait if you were already investigating these people? If we'd have believed Dudley that he was hanging out his job, didn't want to go home, dodging CPS, stay woke. Why would it take you 6 weeks and they now come tell you a whole body's missing? Come on now. Hey, look at what's in front of you.
Do you think he's an informant?
I'm just telling you, look at what's in front of you. Something is off, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Whatever it is, I can't say, but I'm just saying.
There's something off, and the only thing I can think of is he's an informant.
Well, Lisa says, I think they asked CPS to take them. Okay, then let's go there. Then if they took the children because Candy and Don didn't want them or didn't think it was safe, then that means they didn't have nothing in the first place. They won't.
Well, Don was all over, and Don was all over social media. I'm sure the police saw him being all out of control and everything, and you know, they know that little girl disappeared.
I'm just trying to make you understand that something is awry.
Yeah, definitely.
Everything. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. That if you're really paying close attention, all the stuff that people are saying about Don, his criminal record, all that stuff about Utah and the sisters, he and her investigated. Now we got Dudley saying he hanging at work and don't want to go. And Allie and this person talking about, yeah, we called, Pookie called, Ray called, stay woke. They still had their children before Summer went missing. Summer goes missing. The boys were still there.
Yeah.
Make it make sense.
Who's the DA there?
I'm going to go have a good night, everybody.
Okay, sweetheart. Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Okay, baby. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Good night, baby. I make you think. See, I don't let you spin stuff. You're entitled to your opinion. But when you come to the queen, I'm going to make you dissect what you're thinking and ask yourself, does it make sense? That's why I don't indulge in nothing about Utah, SA, CPS. And a lot of people probably think, well, she don't believe it. Bring me a receipt. Because the state and the law enforcement have shown me otherwise. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's not true. What I'm saying is they're sending a message that somebody don't care if it is true.
Yeah, that's
Well, we know that CPS doesn't always remove kids when they should. There's a lot of dead kids out there.
Okay, but Irene, a whole body's missing.
I know.
A whole body. You went to the house and a whole body was gone. You also saw how they were living. Okay? Now factor in, what did you say in that moment when you went to investigate? You didn't say to yourself, maybe I should call CPS.
What we've heard is that CPS was called over and over again by many people.
Okay. So so that's the point. So you go there with a whole body missing, you see how they're living, and you don't think to call CPS.
CPS was supposedly coming the day after Summer went missing.
Okay, so this is why I don't indulge in that. Because really what you're saying, it doesn't even matter now, does it?
Well, it could be a reason why Summer got gone.
Okay, but listen, okay, so you're still not following, sweetheart. What difference does it make that they were supposed to be coming?
Because that's the motive.
But that has nothing to do with the boy still staying in the house 6 weeks later.
No,
You all,
that's the
you all are not listening. I'm not talking about the motive to knock off Summer or sell her or barter her. I'm not talking about that.
But
I'm talking about you came to the house to investigate a child missing. I can't believe I'm repeating this.
So
you came to see about a child missing. A whole child is missing. You didn't see anything in that visit that you should have said to yourself, maybe I should call CPS.
yeah, it
You
seems like
y'all confused on what I'm saying. Maybe I'm in the wrong crowd.
I see what you're saying, but I'm thinking the cops just waited and they said, let's just see how this plays out. Let's just see how this plays out. And then we'll decide if we'll take the boys.
Well, usually, every state is different. Like California, they don't have any jurisdiction on CPS. CPS makes their own rulings. I don't know about Tennessee because I didn't inquire. All I'm saying is, I'm saying what's obvious. They didn't take the boys.
Not at first.
well, the only thing I could think of is that whole system there then is very, very broken because, if the cops can't bring you, we obviously can't bring you any receipts. We have no power. But if the cops can't bring us any receipts and say, hey, this is why we did this. This is why we're taking the boys. This is why we're arresting Dawn and Candace now, blah, blah, blah. I mean, if they had done that, it would have been because they had receipts, right?
The two, it doesn't matter if CPS is affiliated with the police. I can't believe it sounds like I'm talking to myself. Oh my God. What difference does it make?
Speak plainly then so we can learn.
If I go into the belly of the beast, what am I confused about when I'm in there? What are you confused about?
Well, maybe you're not confused because maybe you're just part of the problem, right?
Who?
The person that goes into the belly of the beast.
What I'm saying is, I'm talking about law enforcement. You were there.
Right.
You were eyewitness to what was going on that night. So you're basically saying whatever you saw didn't warrant you calling CPS. So
right.
So
and the only reason you wouldn't call CPS.
So why are they gone 6 weeks later then? Now you're following me?
Yes.
If they were good enough to be there on the 15th, what's the difference 6 weeks later?
There was no difference.
Thank you.
They're just slow.
Those boys weren't bleeding or black and blue or anything obvious. But there was plenty of stuff going wrong.
Thank you. That maybe what you think was going on wasn't, or somebody said they didn't give up. You know what? Which is it? Because the wells are the same. The house is the same. The location is the same. So what the hell's the difference 6 weeks later? That's all I'm saying. Come on. Put it together.
Well, somebody pointed out the difference between Cal City and Ben Hill Road. And it was all over YouTube.
Well, elaborate.
A lot of people were saying, why were the siblings all taken away in Cal City right away? Because it was suspicious.
Exactly.
And
when they went in with Cal City, they saw something night one to say, hell no, they're coming out of here.
Well, there was every bit as much suspicion on the wells as there was in Cal City.
Agreed.
If not more.
So that's my point, is that what is the real reason that they allowed the children to stay in the house for the 6 weeks? Because my thing is, what would be so different 6 weeks later?
Nothing. I think those boys were failed.
That has nothing to do with them being foster children. Cal City had 2 biological and 2 foster children. Stay woke.
Exactly.
That has nothing to do with me taking your child because you gave birth. It's not true. Don told him to take him.
No, he didn't tell him to take him.
Well, that's what somebody in the chat is saying. This is why I keep trying to tell you why you can't believe all this. He said, she
Well,
said.
Don lies. Don lies all the time.
Who done
He
it
said
says
it was-
new information 6 weeks later. Like what? Who done it? Like what?
Well, let's just say Don did say to take him.
Interviews from people.
I mean,
After
if
they-
I called CPS and told CPS come take my kids right today,
They'll
I
come
don't
get them.
they would. I don't know
They
what CPS
You say you
says.
don't want your child. People do it all the time.
Really?
That's exactly right.
Come on.
Yep.
Now.
If you call them and say, "Come take my child," they come take your child.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I did not know that.
Yes.
Oh yes, absolutely.
I seriously did not know that.
Listen to me. Listen to the queen. Every case is not the same as far as children going into foster care. There are people who willingly give up their children. Ding, ding, ding. Can you come get them? And they give whatever reason, and the state comes and get them.
Really?
Well,
Yes.
Don,
Well, then that's something to think
kids
about,
were
I guess.
safe there.
Maybe that's what they did. I don't know. Because
No.
maybe that would explain why they did it after 6 weeks and they didn't do it in the beginning.
Okay, but what I have said, because nobody seems to be catching what I've been saying. Police went there, and I'm not gonna say it after this because I don't understand why nobody understands where I'm coming from. The police saw how they were living on June 15th. I don't need to say nothing else.
Mhm. They didn't care. The
Right.
police
They didn't want to go through the hassle and whatever it would take to get those kids out of there. Like Irene said, like if that's why that system is broken there.
Well, we're ready for you to tell us why. Why did it take them 6 weeks to take those boys?
It's one or the other. They didn't care on June 15th. Because let's find out after the fact that you didn't call CPS for an unsafe environment of those said children and now a missing kid to boot. What was your problem? Because there's no way that house looked different than what we saw weeks or months after when Chris McDonough went to it. Bingo card.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but would they necessarily take the kids just because of a dirty house?
No, they wouldn't. Not just because.
Well, we heard that they don't.
Right.
There was obvious structural problems. There was no proper electrical system in that house.
But see, that's my whole point is that with the way it looked on the property, off the property, no proper wiring, all that, and a whole baby missing, you should have called the state. Now let's go to number 2. Let's say they did call the state and the state said, that's okay.
But CPS was coming the next day. Did they not come the next day?
Who told you that? Who told you that? See, this is what you all don't seem to understand. You're answering your own questions, yet you keep asking the same question but you're repeating your own answer. If I'm coming the next day, then why would I leave you there 6 weeks later? Bingo card.
I understand that, and I don't think it's right, but I don't understand.
Okay, but you're going off of somebody's he said, she said, correct?
I guess.
That's
Uh-uh,
just part.
You repeated it. So you believe it. You repeated it.
I believe it. I believe
Okay,
it.
okay,
I believe it.
okay. See, this is how I make you listen that maybe what you're hearing is not the truth. You're coming tomorrow, but you let the children stay 6 weeks. Then what the hell you coming for? For what?
Maybe it was for summer.
You're not listening, baby. Please don't do this. It ain't got nothing to do with her. You still got some living children that you can see. You coming for her, but you're gonna leave them there in the custody of the same people? How does that make any sense?
Well, that's
Because
why they got
have
rid
to
of
be
the
under
evidence.
8.
A child, listen, a child is a child.
Under 8, it's a felony. Over 8, it's not a felony.
Don't start doing that.
That's what they say.
Don't do that. Stop that. Then stop that.
Why?
Abuse is abuse. What the hell 8 years old got to do with something?
They said the law in Tennessee says
Stop
that if
listening to those people.
If they suspected abuse against Summer, and that's why CPS was coming, and then they didn't have the body.
And you're going to leave. Listen to what you're saying. And I don't want y'all to think I'm being mean, but I don't want to hear this no more because it's bullshit. You're coming for one kid, allegedly. She's now missing, and you're going to leave 3 behind with the same people. Now ask yourself, does that make any damn sense?
But they didn't have any proof because she.
That's right. They weren't coming for her. They were coming.
Doesn't matter.
They were coming to inspect the home.
It doesn't matter.
It matters. They don't have proof yet.
You're not listening. It doesn't matter if Summer's not there. You've got 3.
Yeah.
You've got 3 still left behind. Why would you leave them?
But they have to
You understand
prove.
that?
They have to prove abuse.
Okay. Well, so I'm a social worker. I've been doing this for years, and I'm coming to investigate you for abusing a little girl, okay? When I get there, oops, I didn't get there. She went missing the day before. Somebody's notified me she's missing, but yet I'm going to still let the 3 stay there, and I ain't going to suspect you got her gone because I was supposed to show up. Now you follow?
I'm
I
sure
follow.
they expected it.
What social worker in their right mind is not going to say, they got rid of that kid, know we were coming, but yet I'm going to still let you keep your 3 boys.
Well, that's what they did.
That's what they do. They have to have some real obvious proof. And they have to be probably told, get those kids out of there from somewhere.
Somebody
If they did,
somebody in the chat said CPS wasn't coming in the first place. Ding.
mm-hmm.
You know what I think is funny? And you may think I'm being rude, but I keep it real. Maybe what you've been hearing is a lie. Did that ever occur to any of you? That what you've been hearing is not the truth?
Oh, we've been hearing lots of lies.
Okay, but I'm just saying. I've been telling you, ain't nobody really brought a receipt. Because you can doctor up a piece of paper saying CPS putting a logo on a sheet of paper. Do you know the risk of revealing anything about CPS and those boys and that address?
No,
You really risk your job to send a YouTube or a piece of paper and some information that the children, blah, 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 whatever the hell they said. Are you understanding what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it
You're
sounded
gonna risk
real.
your job. You're gonna risk your job for YouTube.
But it sounded real.
And you've been passing it, but you've been passing it along as the spoken word. You all been passing those rumors and believing them without a fucking receipt.
True.
That's what I'm trying to make you understand.
But we know they didn't take.
Nobody
they
really
didn't take them
knows.
away.
We don't know what the hell was going on at 110. We don't know who was doing what to whom. We don't know nothing about
But we know
Donald and
someone-
Candy and those kids.
We know they took them away for a reason. They had
Yes.
a reason.
But 6 weeks later, like somebody said the other day, hell, one could have got knocked out between then 6 weeks. Somebody else could have had an accident. Somebody else could have come up missing. That's the point I'm trying to make. 6 weeks is a long spread when you got one missing and we think possibly she's not alive. That's a long ass time.
Very true.
That's a long time. Come on now. That's too long. Let's keep it real. If Summer is dead, one of them did something, or two or all, you would leave 3 more in the custody of somebody who possibly killed a damn kid. That's what I'm trying to make you understand.
It happens every day.
Well, also in that Larry Maletti
Yes.
case or whatever,
Yeah,
he got
exactly
to
what I
keep
was
his
thinking.
kids too. And
9 months. They left 9 months. They left those kids in the care of a murderer
Okay.
Mhm.
who they knew killed their mother. Those kids know it. And they left them 9 months with their murdering father. And nobody
And
could do a thing about
the
it.
family had to go to court. At least there was family that cared about those kids.
So explain to me the reason the children got taken away, or what happened for the children to be left behind, because I don't know the story.
They didn't have a body.
So what are you saying? A child came up missing in the custody of this man?
No, he killed their mother. He killed their mother in the same house where they were.
Did the children tell somebody that he killed their mother?
He killed their mother.
Okay, you're not listening. Did the children go tell the police that he killed their mother?
The children
No.
haven't. That I
We
don't
don't
think.
know.
I don't think the children are going to have to.
The children, no, there was one thing that the children said they heard their mother scream.
Okay.
It was like 10:30 at night. That's
And
all
they
that.
had to find
So what
out-
I'm trying to understand is, where's your point you're trying to make? Children were left
They were
behind. But
in the cold in the middle of the night while he cleaned up the blood.
Okay.
So
say
yes,
this one more time. Did the children go to call the police to say, my father just killed my mother? Did the children do that?
No.
No. They're
So
terrified.
they were searching for this mother, is what you're saying.
Yes.
No.
And I beg your pardon? The police.
They didn't search right away. It took a while.
Okay. So what I'm saying is, she's missing. He's raising his children. So what is the point you're making in this live?
Well, he was accused, just like, I mean, he was the number one suspect.
Okay.
And
But those are his children. I always think about those.
Yeah, those were his children.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody came in for the safety of the children.
Okay.
To say, hey, let's take them out of the house or whatever for right now, until we get this figured out. Mm-hmm. Nobody did that.
Mm-hmm.
So it happens. I don't know.
But see, that case is that's a missing mother. That's not the same child. You're responsible for a child. She can walk off when she wants to.
Right.
That's totally different. She's an adult. Adults can leave and come and go as they please. This child's 5. She can't go where she wants. So it's not going to be handled the same as a child versus an adult missing. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes.
Somebody's got to come forward and say, she would never do that. I know my sister, my daughter. She would not walk off from her kids. You see where I'm going?
She was planning the birthday party. She was planning her daughter's birthday
But what I'm
party.
trying to make you understand is it's not going to be handled the same depending on locale, who's in charge of the investigation, who's rallying for the missing. So you got somebody rallying for the missing, just stay out of her. She's an adult, but if she got some people rallying for her, you probably can get the ball moving. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Now imagine if nobody rallied for her. It could be just, oh, she walked off. She went on. We had a fight. She got mad and she left.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like Rose Bly.
So it's different with that situation versus a child. You going into a place where you all are screaming CPS, 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 but yet they leave the kids there. So how am I supposed to, in my sane mind, believe CPS was involved. I'd have to now say CPS dropped the ball. That's what I'd have to say at this point.
They did drop the ball. That's what I said.
CPS drops the ball a lot. I know of many cases where I have firsthand information where they drop the ball. It's easier to get a dog. It's easier to get a dog taken away by the Humane Society than it is to get a kid. My ex-husband went to prison for 119 counts of animal abuse, and he did not lose custody of his daughter. I was fighting him till the bitter end. It's easier to get a dog out of there.
That's the point I'm trying to make, is that I don't really know what's the truth pertaining to the Wells and CPS cases and what was supposed to be going on. What I'm trying to make you do is think about what you're hearing and if there's validity and truth to what you're hearing versus what actually happened, because that's where the conflict comes in. People are saying this, this, and this, but what actually happened doesn't match what's being said. So what I'm asking you is weigh them all out. Why is what you're hearing not matching what's actually going on?
Oh, it don't make sense. The whole case don't make sense. So,
but CPS is never going to give you the facts. That's held very
exactly
close.
The only time they usually tell you anything is when they've got somebody in a bag. That's when they reveal things, such as the case out in Texas. You had no choice but to tell us CPS had been involved in that woman's life where the dead kid was found up in there for 11 months. You had no choice but to tell us, because it's a corpse now. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But naturally, they wasn't going to tell nobody nothing when they was investigating her for abuse or whatever the hell was going on with her and her kids.
And
that's horrible.
Everything else is just hearsay. You hear it, you can hear it from 10 different people. You can hear it from the family, the friends, but it's still hearsay.
Yes.
It's just somebody saying it.
And that's what I've been trying to make people understand in the chat, is that whether I like these people or not, whether I believe half of the stuff that's being said, you got to have a receipt, because in the end, it's just gossip. It's just gossip. I don't have to like Don and Candy, but what I'm not going to do is say anything about them that I don't have a damn receipt to. I don't rock like that.
But they have plenty.
I don't rock like that.
They have plenty of receipts of them on video themselves fighting, arguing, whatever, hitting each other, being abusive, domestic abuse. I mean, it's there. There's receipts right there.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean
smoke and mirrors too.
But what does that have to do with beforehand when the children were visible where we could see them?
Well, only thing you can see with your own eyes is the condition of the home.
Exactly.
And I can see marks on those kids, bruises and burns in the pictures.
So I'm saying it again.
But I've seen it. I've seen it with my own eyes.
You say that's what you saw, but yet the children were living with Don and Candy. Bingo card.
Exactly. But the boys weren't bruised that I could see.
But Queen, are you saying that those boys didn't have there was no evidence of abuse or anything against the boys, and so that's why CPS couldn't do anything or didn't do anything?
I'm not saying neither of anything.
Okay.
What I'm saying is something is off pertaining to.
And we don't know whether we don't know
behind when you went there to see about a missing child. And what I'm saying is, did someone such as an officer make a call to CPS on the 15th? Because if nobody called, you left those children in danger with people who possibly murdered the child. Do you understand? But as a social worker told me recently, that is not a reason to remove children a filthy house.
But let's say in a court of law, if it goes to trial, is that a reason for a mistrial or a hung jury or something like that? Because it'll say, that the authorities screwed up basically in the very beginning, and so it's just like a botched case basically.
Well,
right? I mean,
all
what
I can
else?
say, the only thing that will help is whatever TBI and FBI have gathered against two or more, or whoever else is involved. 'Cause I don't know all who's involved.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's going to seal the deal, besides what other evidence they gathered 6 weeks after the fact. Because it looks like to me, this didn't jump off to after 6 weeks.
Queen, in the John Bonet case,
Mm-hmm.
they went to they had a grand jury, right? And make a decision or whatever, and they found the parents and the boy culpable enough to bring a trial, but it was the DA.
Oh, you about the brother?
The brother, yes.
But he was a child.
Yeah, he was a child, and it could have been, it could have been accidental. I mean, but they wanted to explore it.
Okay.
They wanted to explore it, but the DA shut it down. They had evidence, but there were so many missteps that were taken by the authorities.
Yeah,
that they just knew that if they took it to trial, they were going to just be chopped up.
Well, what?
And so the DA said they didn't want to risk it. They said, we're not going to do it.
From what I saw the other day, with the father going to the basement and picking up the child and then bringing her upstairs, and then they moved her again. You just messed up everything that could implicate him, except for DNA and whatever they found in her private parts and undergarments. But anything as far as on her clothes, well, that's her father. I picked her up. I put her in bed. Who's to say? You understand what I'm saying? I took her in.
Right.
He went from his clothes. They live in the same house. So it'd have to be like something tangible, such as like DNA, semen.
And they never said if they had DNA from semen. They never said if they had that on John Bonet.
Thank you, sweetie. Mm-hmm. Well, so why am I asking you then, since you're bringing that up? Now, who did it?
I'm thinking it was her uncle.
Who?
Her uncle. Apparently, John Bonet's father has a brother who is well known for being a really bad predatory pedophile.
Okay.
And he was very angry because they didn't give him that money. Every single Christmas, they had given him the Christmas bonus money. So that was the first year that they didn't give it to him. That's the rumor I heard. Just a rumor.
Okay. So 65, what do you think? Who did it?
I really don't know. I think it was an accidental death, though, and I think it was a cover-up.
By whom? Who did it accidentally?
Well, in my gut, I want to say that I don't know. I'm confused. I feel like
You can't answer? Is that what you're saying?
I feel like the little boy did have a lot of rage toward her.
Okay.
And I feel like maybe the parents covered it, like he accidentally did hit her, maybe on the head, with that torch or something.
But what would he be doing down in a basement at nighttime in a wee hour with his sister?
No, I don't think he was. I don't think he was down there at that time. He wasn't down there in the basement. They were like on
somewhere else, and they put her down there. That's what you're saying?
Yeah, they carried her down there.
What about you, Angela?
I'm just not sure with that case, really.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm suspicious.
This is what I said to myself the other day. Could it be somebody else was in the house that we did not want to go down because they're related to us, and we didn't let the authorities know that somebody else was in the house, and we got them out of the house. Do you understand what I'm saying?
That's one of the theories, that there could have been somebody in that house.
Somebody else was staying at the house.
Mm-hmm.
Then somebody said the other day, I was watching this one young guy. He has a channel. I can't remember his name, but I was going to sleep to his information. And he was saying what was odd is that when the mother came downstairs, she was fully dressed in the same clothes she had on from the party and full makeup.
Exactly.
So what I thought was, so she never went to sleep. So I thought she either didn't go to sleep. She either didn't go to sleep or she painted herself. I don't know. It's very strange.
She was a busy beaver all night trying
she
to
was up. She was up all night.
Ransom note.
Yes, she was writing that ransom note. But if Burke had done it by accident,
that's what made it messed up, was the note. See, that's where it drew suspicion on the family, because nobody's going to write that note either there or brought it with them and leave the child. That makes no sense to have the note, period. No matter if they wrote it there or not. I'm not going to give you a note, leave a note, and then I don't take the child. That defeats the purpose of the ransom note. So that's what drew the suspicion that it was somebody in the house. And I think the fact that they were well known and connected, as I was trying to say on my panel the other day when some crazy person was up here.
Patsy,
they were well connected.
They were very well connected.
Of course they were. That's the reason why.
Mm-hmm. Right. But
it was also but they were also lucky
if Burke did it, and there'd be no reason for a cover up if Summers' brothers did an accidental thing. There's no reason for a cover up. A child is not going to go to prison.
But it's a cover up. But it's a cover up when I know how I live.
Right.
And I've had a run in with the police, and I don't want them here. I don't want to have to explain anything to them. Stay woke.
And a lot of parents, I mean, think about it. There's a lot of people that would,
people come up accidents every day.
Yes, absolutely. And if it's your another one of your children or something like that, or any loved one, you might in your insanity.
Look at their house. Let's keep it real. Look at how they live. Even if it was just a matter of the child fell down the stairs on her own.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody could come in and be like, damn, look how they live. They don't care about the kids. See what I'm saying? But then we look at the flip side of that. They still have 3 kids there 6 weeks later.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to think of what the person will be thinking at that time. But I believe they're complicit, so I don't think the child had an accident. That's my opinion. I don't know what happened to Summer Wells. But to me, with all this going on with the parents, the deception, the different versions, you're doing too much for it to be an accident.
It doesn't look like an accident. No, it's not an accident.
You're doing way too much chitter-chattering and cussing and fussing and involving these other YouTubers. You're doing way too much. It looks orchestrated to me.
And Dawn and Candace aren't the panicky type. This isn't their first rodeo.
Exactly. No, it's not.
Yeah, they know how to manipulate and create a narrative and create smoke and mirrors and everything. This is right up their alley. This is the big kahuna show for them.
Dawn's having fun.
Mm-hmm.
Well, see, the reason why he's having fun is because he's never been validated in life.
Mm-hmm.
He's never been important, he or Candy. So this is their 5 minutes of fame. And some of us are gladly giving it to them. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
You see, somebody would be offended by these videos and these titles. But they indulge it. They like it. They're talking about us up there.
Mm-hmm.
Look at them worrying about where she is. I told people, think like how they think. Look at him. Look at him in the chat going off, cussing and crying and stuff. Making fools out themselves. They thinking of us the same way we think of them. Look at them up there talking about us like they know us.
And they don't even know this child.
Exactly.
It's true. We don't even know.
Me. I'm done. I'm done.
Dungeon Dawn.
They don't know what I got going on. I'm a good Christian.
All we know is she's a cute little kid. We don't know this child.
Robin says exactly. I hear them thinking we have outsmarted them all.
Yeah. And look at, they're probably saying, oh, they've got it so wrong so many times.
You think they're not? You think they don't sit back and laugh at the videos? They think they're so smart up there. They think they really know what happened this summer. Because I even sit and shake my head at some of the theories. Like, come on, y'all. Really? So you think they're not sitting there thinking the same thing? Of course they are. Of course they are.
Well, 9 out of 10 people are going to say it was probably an accident and they panicked because we don't want to assume the worst.
But see, that's another thing. That's another problem I have with some of you. Why not? These folks kill their kids left and right every day. The stats show you that most children that go missing is from their parents. So why is it with this group here who are misfits, who don't got their other children, you would say to yourself, oh, it's an accident?
Nope.
Why?
Nope.
They're so barbaric. They're barbaric. And you would think with this group it was an accident?
I don't think it was an accident, but most people would rather think it was an accident because it's not so harsh and judgmental.
But people kill their kids every day.
I know they do, and they don't even care.
Then somebody just sell their baby the other day down in Georgia.
And people they always say, how could anybody hurt a little innocent child?
Then somebody just have a child missing then somebody just get arrested for the child missing for 2 years straight. Whoa.
How can anybody hurt an innocent child? Because they cry a lot and they make mess.
Let's change the subject and go to the obvious. Now that we've wore this subject out about the kids, how about this? I got one for you now.
What?
Why didn't nobody step up to take the children in? Bingo card.
Because they didn't have any proof, is mine.
Why didn't anybody come forward to take the children in when the state stepped in?
They don't care. They don't want them.
But you don't mind running to tell about somebody touched you when you were 5.
But the family didn't even know summer existed.
Okay, but
they said they didn't even know there was a
I want you all, see, you all got to stop focusing on that old stuff. You got to stay in the present, sweetheart. You do know the children existed at some point when the story broke. So I'm going to say it one more time. Why did none of those people from any side of the family step up to taking the boys?
Oh. Because they're not little and cute?
Well, I think they would have had a fight on their hands. I don't think Don was just going to hand them over.
You're not listening?
Well, no, I
think they just didn't care.
When the state steps in, you don't have no rights. Your rights were taken away temporarily or altogether. I'm going to say it again. Where were the family?
Do they always offer them to the family? Do they always?
When you want your kids with your family, you want some stranger with your kids trying to get your kid back?
Well, do they offer them to the family?
Oh God!
Well, there is no good family to take them. They don't care. The family is.
Yes, they're gonna ask you.
They always offer. Okay.
Irene,
well,
they're gonna ask you. You just said they gave the kids up, right? So this is why I keep telling you all, you all don't listen to the story. You all probably think I'm very mean. I'm trying to make you think about what you've been saying. He gave his kids up allegedly. Why he didn't give them to his fucking family?
That's a great question.
Damn, come on. This is why I told you, stop listening at this stuff. Because it doesn't make logical sense. Why would I give my kids to the state? Because you all are poking around 110. Mom, Dad, come get my kid. Mom, Dad, I'm on my way to bring my kids. Bingo card. Y'all don't listen.
Well, his dad is sick, and his sisters are trying to accuse him of this, that, and the other. So
Candy. Okay. Go to Candy's side then.
yeah,
Well, that side's no better.
true.
Who?
That's not the point. It's not the point.
The sister's missing, and the mom is
Not the point. Not the point. You can't win with me. Ain't y'all done figured it out? You will never win with the queen because I'm gonna give you every option possible to make it make sense. See, the other YouTubers don't do this.
It don't make sense.
They coddle you all with this bullshit. I'm not gonna coddle you with it. I'm gonna make you see the options as they are. You gave your kids to the state, but not your family.
Right.
I don't
Well,
think
because
he
there
had
is no
a
good
good
option.
And if the state took them, Candy, Don, do you have any family that could come in and take your children?
Nope.
nope.
I got you now, Anna. Don't pay the queen no mind. I make you think. So that way, when you hear all that gossip, you can say, that don't make no sense.
Yeah, but they wanted nothing to do with Dawn. And if they had
You're fishing right now. That ain't got nothing to do with a child. The child ain't got nothing to do with Don and Ken. Those are children.
they could, yeah, but they would come around, and they said they wanted to come around and see
You're
the
not
kids.
listening. You're not listening.
I'm listening.
We don't even know what the allegations are. Who's to say you coming around?
But before he wanted to come around, she wanted to get the other girl, the older one. But he said he was going to be coming around all the time. And
Okay,
she said,
we're
no.
talking about right now, not the past.
Well, that's why they said no, because he was going to be coming around all the time.
But you don't know that, sweetheart, in this case. Come on now. They live all the way in Utah. They're in Tennessee. Come on now.
He was up there in Utah a little while back.
Oh, that's a whole year ago, Irene.
Well, he wants to go back, and he wants to inherit his daddy's house.
Well, Irene, how about this? Let me enlighten you on something. There's a reason for the season. There's a reason for everything pertaining to this case. Did it occur to you the state will not let the family have the children if there was somebody to come forward?
Why?
I'm gonna let you answer it, because I'm not getting ready to give you the answers to stuff that's obvious.
Well, I would think that maybe there's a lot of problems in a lot of these families. That they've had a lot of problems in this family. But I'm just guessing.
What was the question, Queen? I'm sorry, I got disconnected.
I said, did it ever occur to you all that the state did not let any of the Wells family take in the children?
They did not let them, or
they did not let anybody from either side step up to take in the children.
Yeah, because they don't care. They're no good anyway. They're all bad too.
Lindsay, great comment. Or church friends, exactly. Don't you all find that strange? See, this is why I keep telling you all the stuff you're focusing on. It's not important. You're not focusing on stuff that's sitting right in front of you, right on your nose. You don't find it strange that the family does not have the children, the boys. You don't find it strange that Rob and the church people don't have the children. Stay woke. Good Christians. Good Christians. How many times have you heard that in the beginning of the story? Good Christian people. Good Christian people.
Yeah, right.
Well, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Good Christians. But yet, we have not heard that in one interview. Don or Candy said, "Thank God my sister, cousin, third cousin got the boys."
However, have you thought that maybe they do have the boys, but they don't want to release the location?
Who has the boys?
Somebody in the family could have the boys,
Well,
but
they
don't.
It's true.
But they could not. They don't want to release the location of the boys.
They could. They could. They actually could.
They don't want anyone to know where those boys are, because you have a bunch of crazies over there.
Hello.
Yeah, hello, Miss Queen. I was just up tonight, and I was just listening to your the program.
How you doing, Chicago? How you doing, my home? How you doing?
Okay, I've never been on one of these talk programs before. It's my first time.
That's okay. Welcome.
Me too.
Right, but I watch you all the time. The rest of them I can't watch. It's like with you keep it real, you know, and that's why I enjoy listening to you, you know, and you make them think. And paperwork is important. I have watched a few other programs. It's like a talk show or a game or something. You know, like you said, they take it too personal. I don't know Don. I don't know Canvas. None of them. But you know, only thing I can say from looking at Don, I know he's a big liar. I know that much.
Okay.
You know, and Canvas too. So it's hard to get any truth out of them when you prone to tell lies. And this stuff ain't just started. It's been going on, like you said.
Yes, prone to tell lies.
Right.
Propensity.
So I say he's more like his daddy, who was alive from the beginning. You know, Lucifer.
Woo! Lord have mercy. I'm about to cry.
You know,
So
will you say that? Because that ain't sure enough Satan spawn. You better talk.
I don't know, but I really enjoy a lot of them YouTubers. I can't watch that stuff. I mean, it's too personal with them. You don't know nothing about them people or nothing. It's just the thing that I be looking at. It's all about the little girl to me, and everybody. You know, they done got it around Don. They so worried about Don and Canvas. It's crazy. What about that little girl that's missing?
But see, that's what's so sick is that the whole YT is about what they did, who they talking to, and you got to go over there and hear what such and such said. You got to know, I ain't got to go nowhere. Because I done told folks I live an hour away. I ain't lost nothing in Rogersville. You understand what I'm saying? That's what folks don't understand. I'm right here. I could go right now and just sit outside if I wanted to. And do what exactly?
Right.
And do what exactly?
I had called my sister. She stay in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Yes.
And I was asking her about some of the laws, and she laughed. You know, she said, "Wow." But the thing with the DCF thing, whatever, like I said, who knows if they was coming the next day? That's just hearsay.
Thank you. Woo, thank you, Tyrone. Lord, honey, I could kiss you right now if I could.
Because you got paperwork to
It's
prove
all
it,
hearsay
and
and
people be talking.
speculation.
They don't have no paperwork.
That's
They're
what I
going
keep
off what
telling
somebody else done
everybody.
said.
You listening to something because somebody jumped on somebody's panel and said that. Bring a receipt.
It don't make it true. That's right.
The kids have been with these people fussing and fighting for God knows how long, yet was in the parents' custody. So make it make sense with I called, Pookie called, my mama called, my grandmama called, but yet the children was in the Wells custody the day the girl went missing.
Right.
So it don't mean nothing to me that you heard on somebody's channel that they were supposed to be coming tomorrow, the next day. They still let the children stay there for 6 weeks. Make that make sense.
That's right. That's what started me to thinking when you said that. I said, you know, son, you sure right about that. If they was there 6 weeks after, you know, I mean, come on. When they came there, even when the police came, they seen the condition of the house, outside the house. They done talked to them and everything else. Did nobody have a concern?
Thank you. Somebody listen to the Queen.
There you go.
I've been trying to make everybody understand. What are you confused about? Don't you see? It wasn't no big deal.
That's right. They got to keep it real, and but you got to have an open mind, though. You know, you can't be you got to think outside the box sometimes. You just can't go off what he said or
I don't
they
listen
said
to
or
nothing nobody else
Sue
say.
Bob
Nobody else
Solid.
say. I don't get down like
Right.
that. I don't
That's
believe.
right.
Let me tell you something about me. The reason why I don't listen at the gossip is because of what I've seen thus far in the story itself.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way in hell after that white man carried his tail up in that house and showed me how they were living after June 15th, that I'm going to listen to what the hell somebody said on their damn channel about a CPS report.
That's right.
That's true.
You know, that's the whole thing. Sometimes you got to sit back and analyze the situation.
But see, people don't. They just run with what somebody said and then try to throw it on you like you're supposed to believe it. No, I don't have to.
Right.
Because I'm a critical thinker. I take in everything that's being said and I chop it up like a puzzle. You know, when you get a puzzle?
That's right. That's why it's called a puzzle.
Exactly. And you put
You know, the thing I was looking at, even Don's past, right? His past don't have nothing to do with the situation now. Okay.
But people feel like that. But this is what I told people. You would have never known nothing about SA with them people had they not come forward.
That's right.
You would have never known nothing about those sisters had he came. The only thing you would have had was his comment about sleeping in the bed with his child, which he has every right to sleep in the bed with his child. And two, the accusation from Jody Sue about seeing he and the child coming out the shower. That's it. That's it.
That's right.
Yeah, but the fact of the matter is his sisters did come forward and showed his character, saying that he did abuse them and others, not just the sisters.
Yeah, but why they wait so long? Why so many years to come throw that up now after all them years? You know, if you was 5 years old, I'm pretty sure they grown now.
Yeah.
You know, that's a long time. And then basically when the little girl come up missing, that's when a lot of stuff start coming up, you know. But the thing I look at is Don and Canvas, they loving that 5 minutes of fame. You know, I mean, they on every show, every talk show, everywhere they can get in on. You would have never heard nothing about them if that situation didn't happen.
Exactly. And that's the point, is that without Summer missing, they are 1%ers.
That's right.
Yep.
Absolutely.
They are
1%ers.
And those riding on the ride with Don and Candy, you are 1%ers as well.
That's right. And the thing I'm looking at,
Absolutely.
Don looking like they said, in his mind, he's probably saying, oh, I'm old backwards hillbilly, whatever. They think I'm stupid, right? But the thing of it is, he's outshining them though. You know, the ones who gonna be so smart, he's getting the last laugh right now.
But it's like you're trying to tell folks. Don and Candy are free.
That's right.
So you can repeat all the gossip you want. You can talk about SA till you blue in the face. They are free.
That's right. If they had something, they would have been hung them on that a long time ago if they had something.
Because let me tell you something about anything. Don't get it twisted about the law and the lab. You can put a rush on anything.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, this is top priority. We got a little baby missing out of Tennessee. Put her before your other lab work.
That's right. That's right.
Put them other devices before them other devices.
You're right.
We need a rush. We need a rush on the Summer Wells case.
But they have no evidence. That's the problem.
Here we are coming up close to almost 7 weeks now. I mean, almost 7 months now, you know. And that's a long time. And the longer it goes, the harder that case becomes.
Yes.
But I
Because
can say this here though.
you would think by now, Lord have mercy, because I don't know how long it takes to get information, from the lab as far as devices, because you got to go into every app, every conversation, every message, every text. That takes a while, depending on how many people that everybody talked to, depending on how how many phones they're searching. You got to think about if there's several phones, you got to do all that tracing on every phone, GPS on the cars. But my goodness.
But hey, Queen, we do have one piece of evidence that the authorities have said, and that is there's no evidence of an abduction.
Thank you, 65. This is true.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Well said. No abduction. They're teetering off of the truck, of the red truck, and he ain't claiming the screen. So when you take those three, that leaves Candy and Don and Grandis. Shut your mouth.
Right, but my thing was I remember hearing him mention about something about red one time, and then I heard another time I heard her say blue. So I mean, she must be confused on her colors. Is she colorblind or something?
No, she ain't colorblind.
It was two different vehicles they were talking about.
And the news reported that somebody saw. Yeah, did you hear the news reported that somebody saw Summer Wells walking off the property at 7 o'clock? And that makes no sense whatsoever.
So I'll see a 7-year-old walking outside with no shoes on, and I don't think to pick her up, put her in my car, and ask her where she lives.
Exactly.
Right.
That can't be right. And they never retracted it because they already
Where you hear that from? Where you hear that from?
It was in the news, reported, printed in the paper.
Oh, I ain't never heard
the local news. They said that somebody saw. The news reported Summer was seen walking off the property at 7 o'clock, which can't be true. That's not true. But they reported it and they never retracted it.
Let me show you why it's orchestrated.
Please.
Bingo card number 1, dispatch call. You took a run, but you never told us that you took a run. Bingo card number 2. FBI spokesperson Ms. Earhart said she gave a description of what the child had on and that she was possibly outside with no shoes. That's not what you told the dispatch. That ain't what you told the news. Bingo card number 3. You told the news that you think somebody came in and took her from inside. 3 different versions.
I know that. I think that one version.
That's within a 2-week interval.
Right. Okay, about the jogging. I remember her in an interview saying that she's scared of coyotes,
bears, and snakes, so she wouldn't go on no run walk
and whatever, bears and all this stuff. So
she was debunking. She was debunking what was said. She knew exactly what she was doing. She was debunking because she knew she didn't say that.
Right.
She was taking a run, all right. She was taking a run, trying to figure out where to put Summer.
Yeah. So to be scared of something is awful strange. You're doing all this jogging and stuff and everything else, at that particular time.
I was just saying all this jogging.
But like I look at.
Have you seen how they live up there? You see that broke up driveway? You would break your ankle walking, let alone jog. You were jogging.
Right.
I don't think Candace could jog. If
well,
her
actually, I seen a picture from a satellite or something they showed. Like from the sky, and you can look down and see the circle and everything else. And I said, wow. But the Arab, right. But the thing I look at is that the place they've been at there for some years. They ain't just got there. They've been there for some years. So I'm pretty sure they knew they knew their surroundings, they knew the neighbors and everything else. So, I mean, it wasn't like they moved there like last week, They've been there.
Exactly. See, that's what people don't seem to understand about the criminal mind. The criminal mind stays in rotation. Come on with me. Let me take you to church for just a little while. See, the criminal mind stays in rotation. See, if you are not a criminal, you've never done criminal things, then your mind don't stay in rotation. But when you live a criminal life, it is always in rotation. So therefore, it stays in motion.
That's right.
And as you said, They know the demographics. They know where they live. They know how long it'll take for ambulance cop to get there. Stay woke. I keep trying to tell folks, Queen been on it, honey. You don't think she didn't know how long it would take for you to get there when she called 911?
There you go.
I done done it before. I done called on Don. How many times? I know how long it's going to take the deputy to get here.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say I called from somewhere else. See, stay woke.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I know these things because I done it before.
Mm-hmm.
I know my demographic. I know my peoples, as we would say.
Well,
Now I'm gonna tell you what I find.
else they'll know that.
Say what, baby?
I'm gonna tell you what I find to be suspicious. She was taking a lot of pictures of the little girl before she come up missing.
Bingo card. Come on with it. Yes. Yes.
The other kids, you wasn't seeing them all in the pictures like that. But her, you seen her.
Yes. Come on with it. Bring it home, baby. Bring it home. Yes.
I said, nah. To me, that's a complete giveaway. You know, I mean,
exactly. Why are you taking pictures of the one that goes missing?
Right. Now I do know, but it's allegedly, you know, like them pervert rings, what do you call them?
I know pedophile rings.
Them pedophile rings and stuff like that. They like pictures, you know,
yes, they do.
of kids and stuff like that, right? And then I noticed all of a sudden she cut the little girl hair off, and you know, I'm saying to myself, wow, so why she didn't ball all the boys like that? You know, just strip all them down.
Exactly, because when Don was doing the interview with the boy, he had enough hair to comb. I saw a picture on somebody's channel the other day. Her hair was skint to the meat.
Right, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying too.
Make that make sense. Not a buzz cut, but it was skint to the meat.
Right, had her looking like a little boy.
Y'all better stay woke, baby.
You know, they had it set up like a little boy, really, the way they had it set up, you know. I mean, and I said, wow.
That was
and
part
then
of the premeditation too.
Right.
Queen, that live that you did about, you know, narcissistic mothers and all that stuff, that was an amazing video. That was an amazing live. That was so good.
Because when I saw the picture the other day, somebody had a picture of Summer on their channel, you know, on the logo. And I looked and I said, wait a minute. I said, damn, her hair is skint down to the meat.
That's the one I was saying.
The haircuts I was seeing, it was down low like bald. I said, man, Candy need her ass whooped.
I mean, she took it all off.
All the way down.
And the way she had
pathology of that.
Okay, let me listen. Let me give you what somebody in the chat saying. Easy for wigs. Woo, shut up.
She had a dress like a little boy. And I said, wow, that's something, you know?
That's why I told people to think about all this goofy stuff you're hearing.
Mm-hmm.
If I am a pedophile, sadist, and I want a child, naturally I have a preference, okay? Sadists have a preference. Some sadists like boys and girls, some like boy or girl. If I'm the sadist just passing through, and I don't know the whales, I don't know nothing about them, I'm not friends with them, I don't know the kids. From peeping through trees, let's say, whether I was the phone guy, because y'all want to throw him in there, whoever, you know, stupid Casey Anthony bullshit. I'm the phone guy, whoever. Someone don't look like a girl.
Mm-hmm.
She don't look like a girl if she got a dress on.
Right.
And then I still would be a little thrown off, thinking that maybe they got their girl. Or their boy dressed in a dress.
She wasn't in a dress, she was in a jogging suit.
No, you're not listening to what I'm saying, sweetie. I'm talking about if I'm stalking them. If I'm stalking them.
Oh, but on that
note, if I'm stalking to pick up my prey, you don't know what she had been wearing playing outside.
Right.
So if I'm stalking these people, even if I saw her in a dress, I would say, damn, is that they got their boy dressed in a dress? They woke.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So my mind would say, if I've been seeing her dressed like a boy child, damn, come on, y'all. I like boys. I'm trying to kidnap a boy.
That's right. That's right. You know something else?
And boys
Queen,
were already there alone on June 15th. So why didn't I steal the boys out the house? They woke.
that's right.
Excuse me.
Queen, you know, I'm finna say one other thing too. I seen some other pictures of her, and the thing I noticed, she always a lot of times that little girl had her hand down by her private, by her crouch.
Yeah,
you
a
know?
lot of people said that. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and I found that to be kind of strange, you know, because usually, you know, kids kind of happy when they're taking pictures. They got their hands throwed up, having fun. You know, I got grandkids up there, and they love to take pictures and pose and all that stuff. But this little girl, she always seemed to be like sad, basically. You know.
Yes, she did.
But nobody wanted no little boys because it wasn't an abduction.
But see, the thing is, Candy had a point of making a statement saying her kids were always happy. I told people in the video the other day that's a lie. There are many pictures of Summer where she's frowning and mean mugging, so that's a lie.
Mm-hmm. I saw a picture of her in a chair with her legs all up, and she looked so upset and sad and pathetic, like she was going to cry. It was the worst picture I've seen of her. It was horrible.
Right.
Like I said, I don't know what happened to her, but I'm just going to say that June 15th was orchestrated. Whether it was they sold her, bartered her, or killed her deliberately, but it was orchestrated, whatever it was.
Right. I seen a picture with her, I think it was a lady named Robbins or something like that from a church.
Yeah, church lady, yeah.
Right. She was there visiting with her daughter, and her and Summer took a picture together.
Yeah, I know the picture. And she slumped over. Her posture is messed up.
Yeah, that picture looks so sad.
And I told myself, so that's, excuse me. So that's Robin's daughter in that picture?
Yeah. That's
okay,
the
so
one
let
I
me think about that for a second. So let me think about that. Okay. Was that at church or up on Ben Hill?
No, up on Ben Hill. They claimed that was the 14th. Now I don't know because I have no paperwork to prove it, but it said they probably been took on the 14th of.
Yeah, I heard somebody say that too the day before. So
right.
It's a very odd picture because she doesn't look comfortable.
No, at all. She more like she was in pain or something.
Somebody said she looked like she was hurt in that picture.
Yeah, she was all slumped over.
Yeah, she wasn't
smiling. She wasn't smiling or nothing. You know, like I said,
to me, in that picture, she did look uncomfortable. Now I don't know what was going on. It could be nothing, but
right, it could be nothing.
She looked miserable in a lot of the pictures.
They say the old saying is say the eyes are the mirror to the soul. So the times I seen Don and Canvas taking either talking or whatever, I would look in their eyes, right? Mm-hmm. And you notice Don always turned, you know, his eyes all over the place, and Canvas too. You know, I watched the one day she was talking, they was asking about Summers, and she just bust up laughing. Mm-hmm. Now she could have been high too now, allegedly. She could have been high and thinking about something else. You know, but she bust up laughing, and I said, wow, what? I said, man, what is wrong with her? You know? The picture just don't, you know, like, to me, it's like it's all concocted, you know, and they just playing off each other's words, you know. If Don say something, she'd come add a little bit to it, you know, and she say something, Don, he'll add a little bit to what she say. You know, it's just all game.
And they're not grieving parents. They haven't been grieving parents this whole time.
Somebody says that it was not from June 14th. D wasn't even leaves on one tree. Well, I don't know when it was taken. That's why I say I don't put my stamp on anything.
Right. That's why I say I don't know.
We're just talking about her posture in the photograph. I don't know when it was when it was taken. I mean,
so I said she takes a lot of little pictures at that time, and she took a picture that day when she was in the car with the milk, 2 milks, you know. And
well, let me ask you this, Tyrone. What happened to Summer, and who did it?
Well, allegedly, only thing I can tell you is this here. Usually when stuff happens, it's from the inside.
Mhm.
Okay, the majority of things that happen is from the inside.
Statistically,
And
we're speaking from. Are
right,
you speaking from statistics?
that's right.
Okay.
It's from the inside, right? Only thing that I really can say, them two know what happened to that girl.
Okay. What about grandma?
A three,
Them
I mean
three.
grandma too.
Grandma too. Okay, you put them all three in there.
Right.
Do you think
Them
it was
two.
an accident?
No.
No.
Yeah, I'm asking. Okay, I'm gonna ask Tyrone because y'all didn't talk. I'm gonna ask him too. Okay, so Tyrone, you don't think it was an accident?
No.
You think it was deliberate? Do you think she was sold or they hurt the child?
Honestly, it's between the two because you know the thing from Canvas, I heard her say out of her own mouth, right? She never cared for girls.
Okay.
And I do know that between Summer, her and Don, there was a problem. Okay.
No, elaborate.
Right. Well, you know, Don, he rotated or vibrated towards Summer a lot, you know,
He what?
and that could have made Canvas could have been a little jealous too.
Wait.
You know, okay, I'm saying when a little girl get that much attention, you know, she sleep with dad, she takes showers with dad, or wash up with dad, or whatever, you know, and I'm looking from the outside in now.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, Canvas, she loved the boys, but when it came to Summer, it wasn't a lot of love there. You know,
Jealous.
Candace, right? But you can see it. You can see it when they even speak about the little girl, how she reacted, how she acted. There was not a lot of love there. I'm talking about if I had a child missing and I'm a man, I'd be hurt. I'm gonna shed some tears. I'm gonna be hurt, and damn, I'm gonna look hard. I ain't gonna just talking about I rode down the road and came right back, whatever. No, I mean, she said she was gone to 2 to 4 minutes. You know, that ain't no time. You know, 2 to 4 minutes is no time. You
And what
know, I
about
mean, they got 13 to 15 dogs. You trying to tell me dogs don't bark? If a stranger, somebody come to the property, dogs don't react? They got all them dogs and nobody heard nothing. That's just crazy.
Let me address Rabbit's comment that if that picture was not taken on the 14th and before, then that means Robin lied about that being her first time going to the house on June 15th.
Right.
Yes.
Great point.
Yes. You know, it's I'm not sure. The other day I heard them mention about some guy at the church. I don't know what his name is.
Dotson.
Dawson. Yeah. I don't even know what part he played, but they did a little feedback on him, and I said, wow, you know, it's a lot of characters in this shit. I mean, as it goes,
people will throw daggers at people because of how they look, how they act, and that's what happened. People started dissecting anybody that was mentioned. Robin was mentioned, so people chopped her up. Dotson was missing, they chopped him up. They heard about the man living on the property next door, they chopped it up. Now here comes Dudley. That's somebody who I want to ask you about. What do you think about this Dudley character?
Is that the one who was working with him?
Yes.
Okay. You know, like the way I look at it, you know, they was all getting high together.
Woo! You know what? Let me tell you what somebody in my comment box said. They basically don't trust him either, is what somebody said. He's a druggy construction worker. So what I say to the person is, don't group construction workers the same, because that's not right.
No.
It's basically you're saying that all people that work in construction get high.
Right. I mean, like,
just say I think he gets high, still gets high. He's not truthful, but don't group all people the same. Because I don't do that.
Right.
Well, he said he got high
myself.
with him. He admitted that he got high with Don.
Well, the person basically is just, I'm just looking at it. I don't think they believe nothing he's saying, and they were calling him a druggie. I'm just going from there.
Right. The thing was,
I'm asking you, Tyrone, do you believe what he said about Don and him not being involved in this crime?
Okay. No, I mean, the way I look at it, Don threw him under the bus, right? So I figure, hey, he gonna throw Don under the bus. They gonna play it like tit for tat or some stuff like that, and I mean, I do carpentry myself, and people I work with, all of them are good people, and
oh, look at
I
Real
don't know.
Deal. Dudley is just another shady character. Why you say that, Real
Yeah.
Deal? Real Deal,
Yeah.
hit the link. You've been commenting on my channel since the first of the year. Why don't you hit the link?
Yeah.
Queen, I'm gonna go and we'll let the other one come up, okay?
Fine, baby. Okay,
All
Steve.
right. Love you.
I'm gonna
Thank
go
you.
too.
Thank you so
Okay.
much, you all.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay, goodbye.
Bye, baby. At 65. Thank you, dear.
Yeah, Dudley is shady, so it's hard to tell, who's telling the truth.
Well, see,
'Cause,
that's the
I
thing
mean,
about it. You don't want to make people out to be liars, but I'm leery of people coming forward after the fact. I prefer people to come forward in the beginning of a story because it makes you more viable and believable, whether you're telling the truth or not. You understand what I'm saying? When you start waiting a long time, people start getting leery about what's the truth. Now, perhaps like what one of the women said, the reason why Dudley didn't say nothing because he was cleared by the FBI. He didn't care. He's like, hey, I'm cleared. I ain't got nothing to say. I'm not getting ready to get in this mess with these YouTubers, blah, blah, blah. So I'm wondering why did he decide to speak to Sweetie Pie? Hello, Shanna, where you calling me from, baby?
I'm calling you from Iowa. How are you doing, Queen? I love your show.
Thank you, Iowa. Ooh, Lord.
I know.
You a mighty long way.
I love your show, Queen. I stay in the bushes because I be scared a little bit because of the
scared. Well, you shouldn't be scared because they don't like to come up. They like to chit chat in that chat. They don't like to hit the link for some reason. I don't know what their problem is.
I don't mind coming up because I just love your aura.
Because I was wanting to not talk because I'm having some problems with my voice. So I didn't really want to be doing as much talking. That's why I was telling people to hit the link so I could just listen. But when you start talking stuff that I'm thinking, wait a minute, I gotta jump in at some point. Like, wait a minute, I like y'all to think about what you're saying. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So let me go here, Miss Shanna. Dudley. Let's start with him. What do you think about what he has had to say?
Well, you know what? I really think that first of all, I think Dudley for sure is trying to clear his name. Okay. He's trying to clear his name, and because Don been putting the blame all on him, and now he's trying to come out and clear his name. But I still don't trust the Dudley guy too much.
Really? Why? Tell me why, Shanna.
You know why? It's just
I'm like this way.
like, because
I done had at least one or two in the chat say that. Somebody in the comments say they don't trust them. And now you coming up saying you don't trust them. Tell me why.
And I normally could feel people's auras, but
really? Oh, I'm listening.
To me, Queen, to be honest, it seems like the timing for me. Like, why all of a sudden did he just come out telling his side of the story when Don been giving him up for a long time?
Okay, somebody else in the chat saying they don't believe him either. Oh Lord, don't trust them. Oh Lord, don't y'all start. Oh,
Lisa, they just me. I believe that because how did he get fired the day before Summer got missing? Like, it's all this stuff is just not adding up to me. I just like when his story came out and then the wife had her part into it.
Okay, let me stop this shit in the chat because y'all about to start irritating me. Why is Summer not their child? Summer look just like Don and Candy. Candy girl, don't start that.
That's their daughter.
That is their daughter all day. That is Don Wells all day long.
Yes.
That is their child.
Yeah.
And then that makes no sense because if she don't like girls, why would she keep somebody else's child? You gotta think about what y'all be saying.
No.
I don't like little girls, but I'm gonna keep your little girl.
Right.
Come pick her up. You not even real. Come get your children. Because they don't belong to me. Go ahead, Shanna. Lord. No, y'all, hey, I'm 2 minutes from smoking dope my damn self. Y'all be saying in the chat. I just be like, what the hell?
Girl, following this case is bizarre. It is.
I almost called out somebody's name that I sure don't want to mention their name. You want to smoke a joint, homeboy, out west because you know you smoke that dope.
Look, I got the joint right now. Don't blame me.
Ooh, Lord have mercy. Had me out there. Look, they be like, that YouTuber, she on that hair wrong. Y'all heard about it? Talking about this stuff. Had me on the street corner looking for the dope man. Lord have mercy. Excuse my manners. Okay, I'm sorry. That was street talk. I don't know nothing about
I just love you.
Ooh, look, and Tyrone don't know I grew up in the Shy, baby.
I believe you. I can hear it in you.
Oh, that South Side, baby. They don't want none of this.
That's right.
A lot of people say, damn, do they have any other sides of Chicago besides the South Side of Chicago?
Right.
I say, yes, they do. Yes,
the
they
thing
do.
is, Dudley, but see, Dudley should have came out in the beginning.
Yeah, I think I would have done that too. But I think,
right.
let me tell you what I think. Let me tell you what I think, Tyrone. Y'all listen at me good now. Don knew not to call his name. Because he knew that white boy to whoop his ass.
That's right.
Don't you find it strange Don ain't never called him by his name?
Yeah.
Stay woke.
That's right.
You call the devil, he will what? Appear. Come on with it.
That's right.
Uh-huh. You preaching?
Uh-huh. Dudley would have came out with skates on. Shut your mouth. Don knew what he was doing. He knew, I'm going to talk around the subject, but I ain't going to call his name.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Right. I mean, that's right. And there's a reason why he didn't call his name, like you said. He didn't want that other side of the story to come out. You know, and now that it's coming out, everybody's questioning it and everybody, you know, is believing Don. I don't believe Don for nothing in the world. These people got some problems.
They sick. They real sick. Let me tell you, the only word I come up with is diabolical. Him and Candy, man. I wouldn't do nothing for them two. And my thing is this, because I tell folks, you need to understand the scripture if you want to really go in the Bible. God, in nowhere in the Bible did he tell you to be a rug. Do you understand? He told you to forgive man. But he ain't told you to lay down day for day and be no fool. You see, right. I can forgive you, but that don't mean I ride with you. See, there's a difference.
Right.
And that's where we as humans get it mistaken. When we fall out with folks, here come Pookie, right. Well, that's your friend, that's your sister, that's your brother, that's your homeboy. Well, you hang with him. I said I want to bow out. You understand? You do what you want to do, but what's good for you ain't good for me. And that's what people don't understand about cutting folks off. I ain't got to fool with you. I ain't got to hate you. I'm not supposed to hate you, but we ain't riding together.
That's right.
You got to realize that these people, some of them YouTubers go there smiling and joking. You got to realize, man, they done did something to that little girl. These are some evil people. You know, these are some evil people.
You sitting here, come in the phone. Don, you come up on my panel and Candace, and you keep on sitting at the table with the wicked. I keep trying to tell you, baby, y'all gonna be sitting somewhere like I told my Don and Candy. I'm gonna tell them directly. You keep on hee-hawing, something gonna come up out that damn ground out there in that holler and chew you alive. And guess what? It'll be one of your little friends. Sure, let's go check on them. We ain't heard from her. And find both of them laying up in there comatose. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You better watch what you're doing.
Queen, you're frozen.
Emma?
Yeah, I can hear you, but you're frozen on the screen.
I don't know why. I'm looking at my face and I'm moving.
No, I see you moving.
Okay. I'm sorry. Hi, Tyrone and whoever else is on the panel. I'm not normally.
Hey, Angela. Like Angela's quiet in the corner.
Okay. Hi, Angela. I'm not normally rude like that.
But you understand what I'm saying. You playing with the devil, and that's what them YouTubers don't understand. Keep on inboxing and calling them. Keep on. Because let me tell you something about that midnight hour. Come on, Queen gonna preach now. You see, it's in that midnight hour when things get a little murky.
That's that witching hour.
Yeah. Shut your mouth.
The evil hour.
Can't sleep at night. Maybe God's trying to tell you something. Keep on playing with Satan if you want to.
You're gonna get burnt.
Sure will.
Yes.
Baby, let me tell you something about that sleep. You mess with the devil if you wanna. You got to go to bed. Hey. You understand? You got to step outside that front door. Karma's a bitch. Keep playing with them whales if you wanna. Keep playing with him if you wanna. Let me tell you something, baby. When that reaper come, he gonna come correct.
That's right.
He gonna come, and then he gonna come directly. Shut your mouth. So keep playing with him on them YouTube, as they love to say, YouTube streets. I ain't lost nothing in Rogersville.
Right. I know you had did the one about the dream you had.
How about summer? Yeah, because I believe I had a dream about them. I had a dream about them last night, but I can't remember. My spirit was probably telling me it ain't worth remembering.
Right. And so I had a little dream too about it, and so I had a book sitting on the side. It's called it's a dictionary of 10,000. It's 10,000 something on dreams. So I just looked at the book and I said, interesting, because I heard you on your talk show talking about the dream and stuff about it. I said, wow, that's pretty good. But I had prayed on it first though. I had prayed. I just laid down, and then what I came up with, to be honest with you, she's gone. Yeah, she's gone.
Because let me tell you what somebody said in my comment section. That elderly people ain't in heaven. Well, how the hell you know what's going on in heaven? You ain't been there.
That's right.
Look, keep talking. Because when your number up, remember what you said when you was here.
That's right.
That ain't no elderly people up there. What kind of mess is that to say? See, I know that Satan uses people to come in my chat. He uses them to come in that comment box. But I keep trying to tell folks what you don't know about the queen. I can shut it down when I want her.
That's right.
It ain't got to be no live. It ain't got to be no chat. It ain't got to be no comment box. Don't get it twisted. Because you ain't got to bring that. You're not about to bring that demon shit up to me. Because I don't want no parts of it. So don't ever tell me it ain't no elderly folks in heaven. How you saying? Well, where they at then?
The problem is,
where they go?
Right now, we're dealing with nothing but the demonology stuff right now, because it's nothing but, I've never seen as many murderers and cutting up bodies and some of the crazy shit in my life. I said, man, this is crazy.
It's sad. Look, should have put the baby up there on the screen, the doggy. You know what? Let me tell you something that I find baffling about this whole situation. You'll listen at this story, then you're going to see another story, and then you'll see another story. And the thing you're thinking to yourself, if you're saying, how are y'all just plotting to kill these children, and you ain't heard what happened to this person over here with that child? You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
They done went to jail. They done went to prison. They ain't got the electric chair, the needle. But yet you'll go out here and you'll commit the crime, don't care.
So
why do people keep committing the crimes? I don't understand.
Right. What we're dealing with is a bunch of godless peoples. A bunch of godless people who don't even care. I mean, it's crazy. A lot of them don't believe in God. A lot of them won't go to church and all the rest. So I said to myself, shit, who you think you serving then?
Well, this is what I keep telling you. You believe whatever you want to believe. I'm not one to argue with nobody about God, Jesus, the Holy Spirit, nothing. All I can do is say, have mercy on you when you leave here. That's all I can tell you.
That's right. Because when you leave here,
what you want.
Right. Believe me, when you leave here, it's not over with.
Well, look, like I said, you believe what you want. Shouldn't anything else you want to tell me, baby? Jenna, turn your mic off. Shouldn't have turned the mic off.
I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Oh, anything else you want to say? Because you're telling me basically you don't believe in Dudley. You ain't telling me why.
Okay, you know what? I wanted to piggyback off of the demonic part that you were talking about. We're all in a spiritual warfare, even the ones that's chosen by God and follow God. I have a couple friends that I don't really want to get spiritual, but when you're a spiritual person and you're walking in your spiritual walk, you're always attacked by Satan. So when you said they're coming in your comments, they're attacking you because you're spreading knowledge in a godly way. You're not doing it in a demonic way where everybody's fighting and all that. You're spreading God's word. So that's why they're attacking you. And it's real. A lot of people don't believe in spiritual.
I know it's real. I know it's real. Because when I read the comment, I had to almost jump back when the woman said, "Ain't no elderly people in heaven." And I thought, what the hell is this crazy person saying? Look, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, Summer was up there with him. How about that?
That's right.
That's right.
I'm telling you, that dream was so strong. It's like, because I kept talking to her and I kept saying, "Baby, what you doing here?" She wouldn't even look at me. She just kept eating out the bowl, eating the fruit out the bowl. I'm telling you, man, it was crazy. It would not look at me.
Right.
She would not look at me. But some other people in the chat were saying the same thing about they dreamt of their loved ones who had passed, and they would sit somewhere or be back and they wouldn't talk. And I think about my cousin who killed himself many years ago. When I dreamt of him, it was the same thing. He's walking down the street with a hoodie on. He had this coat that had a hood. And I'm steady saying, "Lamont, Lamont." And he wouldn't speak to me. You understand what I'm saying? But see, I knew he was dead. But in the dream, of course, he's alive. He's walking down the street. But I'm calling his name. He wouldn't answer me.
Yeah, I had a dream like that too, sort of like that, about an uncle. But he was older when he passed. But when I sent him in a dream, he was younger. And I kept talking to him, but he never responded. Never responded. I talked.
I think, and let me ask you something. When this uncle wouldn't respond, was he already dead in real life?
Yeah.
See,
but I knew.
That's what I think is the correlation with when we're talking to these people in the dream. They're not alive. See, that's what's making me think that for sure Summer's not alive. It's because I've had this experience with people who I already knew were deceased when I dreamt about them, and they wouldn't acknowledge me in the dream. So don't you find that strange? Summer, I don't know her, never met her, don't know if she's actually dead or alive. She's not responding to me in the dream. She's just eating a bowl of fruit.
Right. But I had a dream almost the same time you did around that time. And then I seen your program on TV and I had to laugh. I said, wow, it's pretty good. But in the dream, she was gone though. She wasn't here. But the thing of it is though, but when I was saying that she wasn't suffering or nothing like that, you know, it was just
she was sitting fine. Like I said, the room was filled with elderly people. Like I said, it looked like it was like a nursing home or assisted living. And I think they were just, you know, all sitting around each other. I don't know if it was a dining hall or whatever. Everything was copacetic. And I just happened to be in the room. I don't know if I was working there because, you know, that's the kind of work I've done is with the elderly. So I don't know if I was there working or what, but I was in there and I just happened to look and see her. And I looked down and I thought, Summer, what are you doing in here? What are you doing here? She would answer me.
She was telling you she's in peace, Queen.
She did not answer. That's what was so strange is that there's a room full of elderly people, like a nursing facility. I'm asking her, what is she doing there? And she's eating a bowl of fruit, and she never once looked up to acknowledge that I was even standing there. Very strange.
I got chills down my body when you said that.
Just now?
Yes, I did.
Why?
I felt peace when you said that.
And that's what I told people in that live is that I ain't worried about Summer no more. When I woke up that day and I did my live, I was no longer concerned. I was no longer concerned about Summer in that way. That I was at peace at where she was.
Yes.
I'm just now waiting on justice.
That's it. That's it.
But not worried about her safety.
That's right.
Yes.
That's what I said too. I said now it's just time for justice to come in. That's it.
Yeah, they're gonna have to pay for what they did to her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We don't know who, but when you said that, Queen, oh man, I tell you, beautiful chills. It wasn't like a scary chill.
And that's what I said. And that's what I said to myself when I woke up from the dream. I said, oh, Summer, you where you supposed to be? Where you supposed to be?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I didn't fret. I didn't feel no anger. I didn't feel nothing, like how I get hyped up and stuff in my videos and stuff. That was the one day when I woke up, I felt that peace about her. And that's why I knew, I said, she's not here. Because for you to feel at peace with all this mess going on and all this gossip and crazy YouTube stuff and people acting like they're fools jumping out of airplanes without a damn parachute, you own the something.
That's right.
Yeah. I agree. I was seeing somebody in your chat was saying they hope she come home. We hope she comes home too, but being a spiritual person.
Well, where's she coming home to if she did come home?
Why would they let her go home to that?
They would let her go home. They'll never get those kids back.
Yeah.
I hope
let's talk about that too. Let's talk about where are the children, because there's some rumors out that the parents were complaining about how far they had to drive. Go ahead, Shanna. You go first.
Well, first of all, if my kids is taken away, I don't care how far I gotta go. I'm going to see my kids. I'm going to get on programs. I'm going to do what they tell me to do to get my kids back. But I don't see them doing any effort in doing that. So that shouldn't have even been a problem, how far they gotta drive to go see their children.
Angela?
It's ridiculous. They're just pathetic.
Tyrone?
Yeah, I would say they got to do whatever it's going to take, even, because basically you got to take drug drops and stuff too, and a lot of things they're going to ask you to do, you got to do what they ask you to do.
Mm-hmm. Do you think they are compliant, Tyrone?
At the moment, no.
Shanna?
No, ma'am.
Angela?
Absolutely not.
Do you all think that they gave the children up willingly on those 6 weeks back in whenever it was? Tyrone?
Yes.
Shanna?
You know what? I'm skeptical on that. I believe that they didn't want to get rid of them other kids. I don't know. That's my opinion.
Okay. So you think the state came and got them willingly on their own?
I believe the state went and took them kids. I don't believe they were happy
Okay. Angela, what about you? They gave them up or the state came and got them?
I think they gave them up.
Interesting.
So
I got two on the panel that think that Don and Candy gave them up willingly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because of the situation they're in right now, it's probably be better for them to be with somebody else when they drinking, drugging, and doing all these other things right now. They know they don't have their shit together. So why not let somebody else have them who can do right by them?
Mm-hmm.
Well, can I comment, Tyrone? In my theory, they probably don't want the state to get them because they won't get the check, the welfare without them kids.
Well, somebody tell Candy they ain't never got none. You don't believe that.
I don't believe that. I'm sorry. I don't believe
you getting ready to let your husband spend dollar for dollar for food. Girl, bye.
Hell no. That's how they were going from church to church.
Exactly.
Right.
Go ahead, Rags. How you doing?
I'm doing
the church getting food and everything else.
Okay. Rags, I'm going to start you from the beginning like everybody else. What do you think about what Dudley had to say?
Oh, I believe Dudley. I mean, in my opinion, what what would be his reason for even taking someone? Like I said earlier, I mean, if you get fired, in a normal person's mind, the first thing is, I'm going to go steal their child. He had no motive.
Oh, somebody got a good question in the chat. That's my S. Lee. You think Don is willingly paying state child support? He ain't got a choice in my state, baby. You ain't got a choice. Because let me tell you about Tennessee law. We will lock you up. Oh, did y'all hear that? You didn't know that, did you? Don and Candy got to pay the state child support. Bye, Felicia.
Sure do.
Okay, look, I got one other question. Now, okay, now,
oh, I need to get some popcorn on
that. Okay, Candace. Okay, Candace must have told the story and said Don wasn't in the house or he wasn't working for her to get stamps and everything else, right?
But she said she wasn't. Some rumor. Look, here we go.
Right.
She said she don't get no state care. She got to tell y'all that because of her situation in the house. She can't claim his income because they will factor his income in, and it may not meet the guideline to get help. I don't know because I don't know all the guidelines of people incomes and stuff with the state.
Okay, well, I was gonna say, since she's been caught now, what I'm saying, because they've been all running their mouth.
Say it. Come on with it, Tyrone, because I know where you're going. Come on.
They're gonna make her, but they're gonna make him have to pay back that money.
Shut your mouth, Lord have mercy.
Yes.
Again.
Right, because
come on with it.
And then he ain't been paying no taxes either. On the money. Ooh, he's been getting paid cash.
Come on with it, Tyrone. Lord have mercy.
So now Christmas back watching all this stuff, right? So now they don't have the kids. They're gonna have to pay, and he's gonna have to pay that money back. That's Tennessee. I do know something about Tennessee.
Hey, look, what if all this time she been getting aid and never put him on that he was at the house working all the time and she was getting food stamps for all 6 of them. Ding, ding, ding.
That's right.
Get medical for all 6 of them. Oh, y'all didn't know that, did you, about Tennessee? Don could be claimed too if she ain't say he had no job.
Right.
Yeah.
But according to Don, hey, I've been working every day.
Under the table.
Working under
That's
the
table. Exactly. Under the table. So how you know he ain't been getting free medical from the state of Tennessee? Food stamps for all 6.
Yep.
He ain't been paying no taxes, nothing else on that money.
I'm not gonna lose at the casino. Come on, Queen.
Okay. So really, as smart as Don think he is,
he ain't.
That's what I know because he
That's
just
why they got caught up in Cal City. That's why they got caught up in Cal City when they started going in all that book of life and start digging out in Cal City. That's why them. You got to pay the state for them children. And ain't no telling what the hell they found with Jacqueline and Giselle West on it.
That's right.
I came up with 2 things real quick, and then I'll go back down. One, you guys were asking if they give up the kids to the state or if the state came and got them. My question on that is, wasn't too long after they took the boys that they had to go to court. And then Candace left the court mad. If they gave up the kids, would they have had to went to court like that? Do you know what I'm asking here?
So what you're saying is when they went to court, you saying that possibly they told them they wasn't getting the kids back?
Well, if they would have gave up the kids willingly, would there have been a court date for them to try to get the kids back? Because that's what
I hear what you're saying. They couldn't have gave them up willingly because then you would have no reason to have that court appearance. I see what you're saying. So this is why I kept telling everybody, stop believing lies and rumors. See, don't nobody think about what they're saying when they pass the rumors. Like you trying to tell everybody, nobody thinks. That's why I don't listen to the stuff that people say. You're right. Why am I going to court if I placed them with you? So what did I do? Place them with you temporarily? Till when?
Exactly.
I didn't know you could drop your kids off at social service.
People do it all the time, baby. She told you that. She told you that before, remember? But then now the rumor is her daddy did it. So which is it? Remember, Candy said she did it. When the daughter came out talking on Facebook.
Yes, now
somebody said recently, oh no, the daddy had him and he took him to the state. So who's telling the truth?
Right.
And my second question.
That's a valid point. You wouldn't need a hearing if I placed them with you, but if I placed them with you, that means I had to been giving up my rights. Because what fool gonna place their kids in the state's care temporarily?
Right.
You would try to find a family member, a friend, before you give them to the state. Very good point. So. Very good point.
You would think so.
I got 2 people in here talking about food stamp fraud. What y'all talking about? Okay, somebody said, why did she change her name to Bly for the benefits? She changed her name back probably because she realized she hadn't planned this carefully. She hadn't planned this carefully. She wasn't expecting it to go mainstream about her child. It's probably a whole lot of reasons she went and started carrying the name Bly. Like somebody said, probably because they started coming around, snooping. Somebody probably went and said something about her getting stuff. It's probably a whole lot of everything.
And the second thing I wanted to address, everybody keeps saying in comments that Dom's related to the sheriff, whoever it is. Even if he was brothers or son and father, the FBI stepped in. So it wouldn't, it would
not matter. Yes, I'm glad you said that, Rags. It wouldn't matter if Don is related to the sheriff, TBI, FBI, and the Knoxville field office is handling this case. So it don't matter. They're going to make sure ain't a stone unturned.
Right.
So it's not going to matter.
Yeah, they don't care
any improprieties. They will handle their business.
Right.
Thank you. Somebody's asking about, are they even married? Are they?
Probably common law.
Well, I don't know if we acknowledge common law here. I don't know.
That's what I was going to say. I don't think common law would stop. Would have an effect as marriage when it comes to them getting assistance. So maybe they might not be married.
There was wedding pictures on Facebook.
Okay.
Is that where she's holding the baby?
Yeah, she's dressed up. It kind of looks like Easter outfits, but it's not.
Yeah, because Candy looked like she's dressed up. I just saw that picture today on somebody's channel.
Yeah, and they said it's their wedding photos.
Well, that means your baby was born out of wedlock. Shut up, Queen.
Yeah.
Then that means you weren't married with the other ones because she's the last, ain't she?
Supposed to be.
Ooh, shut up, Satan.
Supposed to be.
So you just been having a baby daddy.
The thing is, she have other kids too. So, and
that's what I said. You had a baby daddy. You had a baby daddy with all your children by Don then. He's just a baby daddy.
I think the first two is from somebody else, most likely.
Lord, I'm dead.
You know what?
Wait a minute, Tyrone. Better call Tyrone.
I don't know if it's true or not.
Tyrone, you showing out. Wait a minute. Tyrone, you been in somebody's grocery bag. What the hell is you talking about? What is you saying?
They're saying they were saying one of Don's older sons, right? He's a child molester.
Yeah, the ones that's not by Candy is what you're saying.
Right.
I thought you were trying to say that these ones that's with him that they made wasn't his. Ooh, I was gonna say, where is you?
No, not them. Lord. Not them. But then again, hey, shit, she could have been sleeping around. Shit, when you on them drugs,
Well, why he wasn't allowed to stay at the house? That's his house.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure she had others staying there too. He probably wasn't the only one.
Alex said she liked to pick him up from the gas station. I'm dead.
Yeah.
Come on, get in my car. Where we going? My house.
Mm-hmm.
My husband ain't home. So when she's doing this during daylight savings hours? I'm dead. I can't.
Where was the kids?
In the back seat by Felicia. Oh no! Wait a minute. At 110, being here waiting.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. Let me see. When he went back to Utah for a while, when he come back, one some guy staying at his house for a while.
Jose. The one that Candy said he like women with things. Lord, I'm dead.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Well, Candy, you look like you got one.
She probably do.
So chicks with dicks.
Yeah, okay, but you understand what I'm saying? Don't you find that strange coming from a woman that look like a man?
Shit, hell yeah.
She probably strapped one on.
There you go.
Wow.
Keeping it real, that's right.
I told myself, I said, can't nobody, the devil ain't a liar. When I heard her say it to Chris Madonna, I said to myself then, that's when I knew these was good, straight gutter trash. I said, why in the world would you ever say that to that white man? What the hell is wrong with you?
She said she was a tomboy.
You know,
she probably got a plastic one.
Well, what else are they made of, Shanna? Don't start.
Oh, they got rubber ones.
Plastic, rubber, ain't it the same?
That's what they say.
I guess.
I don't know. Yeah, let me say. Well, I guess it is a difference because our tires we drive is made of rubber, so we wouldn't want to have plastic tires. I'm being somebody help me. I'm drowning. Honey, I'm killing myself. Ooh, there's a leak in this old building. Oh Lord, now somebody in the chat talking about blow-ups.
Oh, you see that? See, that's the difference. It's all kind of technology. They make all kind of different stuff nowadays.
Let's talk about that for a second. Jose coming here, that was interesting, don't you think? There was a whole bunch of something with them, that whole group. I still believe that Candy and Allie messed around. And I believe that's the contention of their relationship. They liked each other. That boy, that Jose coming here, and he was in between the sheets, liking boys and girls. I believe there's a whole bunch of funkiness going on between all of them.
Yeah.
And then Brandis looked like a man, but then A said the guy that Don said was hanging on the property, touching the children, he liked Grandis. What the hell are we talking about? Thank you, Sherry. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Grandis is just a hard-looking gal, but she like boys too.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that.
Who was zooming Grandis? Shut up. Look, like this one eye open.
You had to be really messed up on some drugs.
You show, look, when you start liking girls that look like men, it's time to go back to the butcher block and start over. This is all jacked up.
Somebody said freaks.
Yeah, I see that. It don't make no sense. They like chicks with D. I just thought, how could you say that? This man talking to you at a swimming hole about your child. That's what you come up with. Lord, you know what, Kaylee, please, your mouth, please stop.
I need to go back down.
Honey, I ain't repeating that on the live. Not.
Y'all got me tickled.
Look, Sugar Mama and Baby Daddy, heck, her name is Candy. Miss can't cut that out.
Maybe Dawn was sneaking over to the camper.
Well, that's it.
I said maybe Dawn was sneaking over in that camper.
Could you see that?
In my head, I just didn't. It was gross.
I can't imagine that. That's gross.
Look, 3 square backs rubbing. I can't.
Oh, no.
If you turned them all around naked from the backside, you wouldn't know who's a man and who's a woman. Shut up, Queen. I done seen Candy. Candy got a big back. Granny's got a big back. And Don got a big back. So if they were lined up naked, somebody would have a messed up evening when they turned them around. Did you hear what I said? Do the hokey pokey. Oh,
that big girl.
Lord Jesus, please stop. Oh my God.
I don't even
around.
Imagine.
Wait a minute. Somebody looking around and they looking at the backside thinking they getting them a boy. Woo, I got me a man. And then turn around. You got a girl down there. Shut your mouth.
Ollie's a big girl. That girl.
You know what? Don't you, Tyrone?
Oh, don't put
Before you
Allie
go
in
there,
I hate to say it though.
put a helmet on before you go there.
All right.
What you going to say, Tyrone?
No, I seen in the interview. She just looked funky to me. That's all. Like, just, I don't know. It just something about her. I just like she just looked funky to me.
Pictures of her circulating on social media with stains on her shirt, H standing behind her, and I'm looking at her like, you talking about Candy got a nasty house. You didn't take Chris Madonna in yours. Bingo card. Shut up, Queen.
So
it's 100 degrees. It's 100 degrees outside, and you got that white man sitting out there on that front porch in Tennessee heat.
With their belly hanging out.
What you say?
Swatting flies.
And Mountain Dew.
Swatting flies, drinking Mountain Dew.
And sitting there reared back like a fat cat with all that belly out. I said, look, I done seen Tokyo and Afghanistan.
Man, you see how her shirt rolls up on her belly and shit? I'm like, damn.
Okay.
It's gross.
And you want me to believe you kept a clean house?
Yeah.
Because I've seen pictures of you where you did not look copacetic.
Right.
Or feminine. And I don't care what nobody say. That's a lot of good. As they say in Alabama. Because when I was covering Camille McKinney case, every time I look on social media, they say good. I'm like, what the hell y'all saying? We're girl. Well, say damn girl. When I saw that big gal, when I first seen her, look, I can't breathe. When I first seen her, I said, oh my goodness. I'm a big girl, but my good goobity goo. What in the hell is that? That's a lot of ham. Did you hear what I said? That's a lot of green eggs and ham.
She could hide a cloud up underneath there. Maybe the FBI didn't search there.
You
can't even see her toes.
Queen, look at your face.
Stop! You already said this about the cat was out of shorts. I'll cut the computer off. I can't do this. Wait a minute. As we say in the street, hold on, I'm gonna mess with y'all. Lights off. You know what? Y'all sick. The cat. That was a tiger.
I can't imagine the smell.
I showed a picture of her on my channel months before where somebody sent me a picture who was involved in the case. It was a ting down in her britches. I still got the photograph.
Show it. No.
Don't make me.
Come on.
Look, I want to see too.
So do I.
Oh, this is getting good.
I don't know if I can pull it up on I want to put it on my iPad. I'm going to put it so I can pull it up on my phone. Hold on. You're gonna make me go all the way back up in Scales lot to look for this picture.
Everybody said, let's see.
Y'all smoke dirty.
I want to see it.
In the chat, they said, show it, Queen.
Wait a minute, let me see if I can find it. Because I don't even know how I had it. Let me see. Dang, I don't know what I had it under.
Who sent it to you? Is it in a text message?
Somebody that's involved in the case. I even got the documents from her. And I never told y'all this. I got the documents from the court of the when he was supposed to, what you call it, custody papers. I got that right here, July 14th. I got her name right here. I'll show you. Hold it. You can see it. You see that? Andrew Hiltz against Allison Mulani. That was sent to me. Yeah. State of New York, County of Fulton, Family Court. I had all that. I never told y'all that. So I'll tell y'all everything. There it is, right there.
Somebody said show the tink tink.
I'm getting ready to show it. Right here. Can you see it? Wait a minute.
You go to your right a little. Right there.
So who was Andrew Hill?
It's a white spot, huh?
See it?
I think I do. It's white. Yes.
The screen's going black.
Let me pull it back. Probably better if I pull it back.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait. Let me give a better view.
Yeah.
Now, what is that down there?
I don't know.
That's
You
Alice.
forgot to take it off.
This is the day that Human Resource Agency, the Human Aid Solutions was going to pick up boy H, and she called the police, and that's a picture of her on that day on the porch. Yeah. That better?
Tap it. Oh, it went black.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She forgot to take her strap on off, it looks like.
That's a better right there. You see that? That's why they circled it. What's that down there in her pants?
Yeah, she forgot to put her toy up.
Yep.
Oh.
Forgot to take that strap on off.
It's Allie.
I don't know.
Well, how do you think Allie was making Candace happy? I'm going to shut up.
And that is Allie. You see, she's big. She got papers in her hand. There's something poking out of those pants. Because she's got on a green tie-dye shirt and look like green breeches or something. There's something poking out in those pants.
I said
And what is
the
that?
FBI didn't search there.
Huh?
What is that?
We gonna do like Freddy Krueger. It's a boy! I can't with y'all. Please stop. I was trying to have a copacetic live. Y'all done went crazy.
I don't know what that is. It's gross.
Somebody said, I think it was very interesting. I don't think for a minute Jose was staying there to be with Candace, Brandis, or Allie. Who does that leave? I don't know. Who does it leave?
Don.
You can't.
Hunter?
I'm going to leave that alone.
Well, Candace said Don don't like her, so. Gotta be
He does.
Well, let me ask Rags.
Yes.
Do you think Candy and Allie messed around?
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Tyrone?
Yes.
Shanna?
Gross, but yes.
What?
I'm trying not to picture it.
Angela?
Yes, and Grandis.
Your grandmama?
Yep.
You can see the love in their eyes as they look at each other in some of their pictures.
You know what?
I don't know.
Get off my live.
Okay.
The kids don't never need to go back.
Rags.
Whatever they doing.
I mean, you see her right back in that picture. Man, it was something. R. Jones said, rolling in the deep. Don't you put that on my damn Adele. You's alive. Something was in them britches.
Yes. Nasty.
Okay.
Smoky Mountain, picture that. I won't.
Pictures don't lie.
I'm trying not to picture it.
That was something in that girl britches.
Gross.
Unless she one of them things. You know what I'm getting ready to say? A morphodite. That what you call it?
Yeah.
She got a ting.
Very
She got a
possible.
girl. She got a girl, and a ting.
Yep.
You think it's plastic or rubber? Let me give you the definition, Queen. The rubber ones feel like more human.
Queen knows.
The hell, she use a lie. Don't you put that shit on me? Use a lie. I like them real from birth. Be messing with my good girlfriend. Say.
She said, I think it is real.
Sin said it's still. You know what, y'all nasty. Oh, somebody said, well, she's sitting in pain the whole time. Kaylee, go to sleep. Oh, that's how it's pronounced. Hermaphrodite.
Hermaphrodite.
It's a him.
Oh my goodness.
Latex free. Kara, go to sleep. Look at Jack Smooth. There's a picture with Grandis and Allie. It is the only picture I've seen with Grandis smiling.
I told you.
Y'all some old dirty bugs up here.
It's hermaphrodite.
Rags, you know don't nobody give a damn how it's pronounced.
I know.
These YouTube streets are multi-type. It's Hug
Okay,
got a
Queen
him.
and ladies, I'm about to go to bed.
All right,
enjoyed myself with y'all.
you have good sweet dreams. Okay, thanks for joining us from the Shy, baby. Okay, bye.
Yes, ma'am. I had so much fun with y'all.
Okay, love you, baby.
Good evening.
Bye.
Good night.
I can't fool with this mod up here. We're gonna take her ass. She's gonna be damn bed. Bring your ass to sleep. Showing out now. Metrosexual. Okay, now y'all trying to get fancy. I'm approaching hour number 3. I'm gonna wind it up. What else y'all want to say? Cause this live here that went. I don't know what this live that went.
I came up to join the fun. I'm always
we're talking about big girls with hot dogs and hamburgers.
Plastic.
I was gonna say I was into the plastic and the rubber.
Look, here we go. We all. I shouldn't have brought that up.
Queen, it's a difference. Rubber, plastic. You know the damn Queen don't even give a damn. Got that downtown.
Queen, I love your show, and I'm gonna say good night.
Your eyes really open now. They should be closed. I listen to this crazy nonsense. And she can't give birth. They are sterile, so she couldn't be H mom. Small fries, you go sleep too. That's what you mean she's sterile?
She been kicking everybody out.
Them hills have lies.
Teresa, you sick. Hermaphrodite. Hermel. Y'all so sick. Maybe a big sock. Yeah, probably. I don't understand.
I had kind of a serious question.
But that made me question him too. Wait 1 minute, Rags. That made me question the father. If that's true, he was into boys and girls, men and women. What does that say about Andrew? You didn't know your friend was into that? You understand what I'm saying? So that's something nobody ever really talked about. Because I asked that question. Why did you bring him here? How did you know him? Where did you meet him? How is it that you brought him here? And he ends up sleeping with your baby mama. Come on, y'all. Stay with Why y'all see y'all sound like some old women in the corner.
And everybody else at the house.
You know, Rose went on home with the rest of the Golden Girls. Now here y'all want to come up here and replace them up here skinning and grinning. Oh my God, Susie said Jabba the Hutt. You know what? I'm dead.
Your chat is off the hook.
Have I done any investigating into Andrew? No, I'm not, because I thought he was an okay guy, but that always was in the back of my mind when the rumors was coming out about Jose. I said, well, something ain't right. How is it the man you brought here is sleeping with your baby mother? Put it on paper. How did they meet? You had to taken Jose to Allie's house when you came to see your son. Stay woke.
Right.
Then where did Candy fit in? Hi, Candy, I want you to meet my baby daddy's friend, Andrew. And all y'all at the house, when Don come flying in, see, something is real off about that story, too.
I always thought Don was into both, too, because Jose was. He flies home, but then he lets Jose stay.
Okay, but see, set this up for me, because, see, this is why I don't like rumors. Set it up. Where was Don when he walked up to the house? Was he already back from Utah? He just pulled up and they were there. Make it make sense. Because that's that has not been really explained thoroughly.
I'm sorry, somebody was talking.
According to who?
According to Don, Candace called him and was trying to make him jealous. So he flew home because the guy was there.
Okay,
and
but think about what you're saying.
Okay.
Utah is not around the corner.
Well, they were there for days.
That's why I'm telling everybody. See, people don't really pay attention to stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You have to ask real grown folks questions when people are spinning a web. Remember who the messengers are.
True that.
Correct.
This man gonna drive all the way from Utah because of something Candy said. And what was that exactly? See how quiet y'all got?
What he came,
Huh?
Yeah.
I thought I saw her talking, so I was going to
She
stop.
said Don drove home fast too to meet Jose.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, make it make sense.
It don't make
Utah
sense.
is nowhere near Tennessee. So you drove all the way to Tennessee because of whatever the hell she told you. And this man so happened to be there that evening. Okay.
Yeah, he stayed there for a couple weeks.
So what did Candy tell Don?
She was making him jealous. Probably telling her she was messing with him.
And you would foolishly go run back.
You wanted some too.
Because, see, this is what I kept telling people. What was the real reason Don left in the first place?
Right. That's a good question.
That's the question.
For 4 months.
Whoa.
Exactly. Allegedly, he went there to go look for work, right? Mm-hmm. But yet you didn't want your son in the house with your parents. They won't.
Yeah.
And would get jealous when they try to interact with the child. But you know your parents better than anybody, so why the hell would you go out there and stay on their property, in their house, the shed, wherever, and didn't want them to interact with the grandson? Stay woke. Could it be he left Candy? Stay woke.
That's what I thought all along.
I don't think he was going out there to find work.
I think he had another woman out there.
Well, I think he left.
I think he left.
She cried and she moaned, and he came on back. And then Jose was there.
And then the fight happened.
Well, somebody said she wanted to get back at Don for cheating. That's her words. Well, still something about the story don't make sense. And this is what I keep trying to make y'all understand. These are the same people that just told you that the child was abducted. I don't think I need to say anything else.
Yeah.
So why the hell you gonna believe anything about that incident?
I don't believe it.
Exactly.
I don't believe everything I hear.
Thank you, Shanna. Because I sure don't. They come in this chat with all kind of stuff. It going one ear and out the other, and it's nothing personal. I just don't listen and believe everything that's been said. Because what you have to remember is one thing. You changed your version several times on June 15th. You called somebody out west pretending that the feds took your husband. Do I need to keep going on?
No.
Do I need to go any further?
No.
Now you want me to believe something that happened a year ago.
I had a quick question on the church.
Mm-hmm.
I was reading on their thing, and the church that they go to for the past like 4 or 5 years, they do a thing once a year.
Mm-hmm. Teresa got a good point. Don wasn't that far away. Bingo card. Go ahead, baby.
I was reading on the church, and they do a thing once a year where they basically kidnap a kid, and the church gathers together, and they all search. It's a week-long process. It's their way of training, to help. Have you heard anything about that? And is that weird? Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
And you believe that?
Well, it's on their little thing if you read it online, like about their church. If you get into it, now I don't know if it's true. That's why I asked if you heard about it.
I haven't.
And what website was this, dear?
On their church website.
Out of Rogersville, Kingsport, or National?
Just the Seventh-day Adventist, I think is the name of it.
What kind of church is that?
You know how absurd that sounds, because you basically committing a crime.
That's why I was asking if you heard about it. I thought it was crazy something.
Well, if that is happening, they need to go get rid of the church because that's against the law.
Well, it's their way of like trying to get everybody together and preparing. Like in case something like that happens. Like whenever Robin was like, so we got our candy or our snacks and our flashlight because they did this before. They all get together to do it. And I just thought it was kind of weird. And I just wanted to know if you heard about it.
Okay, so think about what you're saying.
I know. That's why I was asking you.
No, I'm just saying, just think about that. We're going to hide a child, but in real life, when it happens, what's the point?
It's the point of everybody like going through like training sessions. Is this something this dramatic happens? We're all going to meet at this point, and this is how we're going to handle it. And then they pick a child a year.
Okay, so I'm going to say once again.
I know.
What have you learned?
Yeah, I know. I like to bring stuff to you.
Absurd thing I ever heard, Rags.
It is. It's crazy. And that's why I want to know if you heard about it, because I don't listen to it. I always just come to you. Whether you heard about it or not.
How about we try this exercise on? Are you listening?
Yeah.
Yes.
Somebody goes and picks up Don and Candy and drop them off out west in the desert. And let's see if they can make their fucking way back to Rogersville. How about that?
Yeah. I was just
I didn't hear anything. Did you say something?
Yeah.
That'd be a nice little game. Matter of fact, let's take them out to Death Valley.
Mm-hmm.
When the temperature rises so high and you stop breathing at some point because the heat is so hot. How about that?
Yep.
And let's see who cries the loudest.
Yeah.
Wendy, I can't breathe. I can't either, Don. I don't want to play this game anymore. It's hot out here. And then somebody goes by on a bicycle with a bunch of water bottles and says, "Where's Summer?"
I've just heard so much, and like I said, I like to bring stuff to you because that's about when I stop listening to it all. Because I'm like, there's no way.
I hear your daughter's missing. Would you like to talk to us? I've got water, Gatorade, iced tea.
I shouldn't have asked, but I was just been wondering about that.
Look,
Reddit.
Anybody up for plane tickets, wagons? I'm all in. Since they like the abduction theory, then play a little game with Don and Candy. Pick them up, drive them out to the middle of nowhere, and let them see if they can make their way back to Rogersville.
Sounds good to me.
And let's see how long they would last.
Mm.
Can you imagine that conversation?
No.
So since y'all want to go to Rogersville, come on with it, Queen. Take them for a ride. Tell them you're going to IHOP or Shoney's. And take them out to the desert and leave them there. And see if they can make their way back to Rogersville. Boy, y'all awful quiet.
Because it was crazy. And that's why I wanted to bring it to you.
What? Did somebody say that was crazy?
Yeah, I did.
The idea is crazy?
Yeah.
Why is it crazy?
I don't think it's crazy, but that's my opinion.
No, I mean, the whole church thing was crazy. That's why I wanted to bring it to you.
But I'm just saying, since they like playing these reindeer games and everybody who's crazy as they are want to play along, I have got the best damn game known to man. Let's go pick their ass up and take their ass out to the desert and live with it and see how long they last and who would fold first.
Yeah.
Yeah. That sounds like a good plan.
It's a beautiful plan.
Yeah, that is a great plan.
I wish they could do that.
Right.
Let me tell you something. Just like she was abducted, you can be abducted. Stay woke. You see all that bullshit they doing now, all that on the ground, that old crazy ass shit they talking about? Y'all ain't talking about nothing. You want to get hillbilly with it? Pick them up.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You gangster. You want to go to Rogersville and be gangster? Well, get real gangster with it. Go pick them up and take them for a drive. You want something to talk about on YouTube? Go pick them up. I dare you. And then film that. Ting. Put that on your damn YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I just picked up Don and Candy, and we in the middle of the desert.
We'll tune in.
Come on, Don. Come on, play now. Come on. We're just having a little fun. Smile, Candy, smile. You like wearing wife beaters. You're in the desert. You get to shake them damn bazookas. Style. Just shake them up. Dawn could be her little pony. Yeah! You're sweating. Are you hot? I don't want to play anymore, Candy. I'm tired.
Oh my God.
Get up! Get up! Come on, Dawn. You're getting sleepy. I'm hot, Candy. Come on, this is not fun anymore. Where are those girls that I thought they said they were coming back? I think they've left us out here. Where is our friend? We don't have to say that name. Where is he? Where's your friend? As a matter of fact, you can drop his ass off out there too. Mm-hmm. All three of them could play together. 3 blind mice. See how they run. See, you have to be very careful the mind games you play because you might find somebody that might want to play with you like you played with Summer Wells. The game you're playing right now about Summer Wells. The mind game you're playing with Summer Wells. you serpents gonna get enough. You see, because you might get the same treatment. Just keep playing. Because I done said it 1,000 times. You're gonna look up and somebody gonna be standing over you out there in that shed at 110. Come on with it, Queen. And you're gonna be calling on God, and he ain't gonna hear you. He ain't gonna hear you.
He already quit.
You've been using my name in vain since June 15th. Come on with
it. Preach.
So don't call on me now. Oh, I would love for somebody to pick them 3 up and drop them all off proper dough. And I guess we put Grandis in there too, so it'd be 4.
I was just gonna say that.
4 monkeys. 4 monkeys in the desert. Put all 4 of them out there. Matter of fact, let's have a little fun with it. You remember that little wagon, that little Radio Red Fly wagon? You remember that little wagon? Shannon?
Yes.
Can all 4 fit in that little Radio Fly?
They some big ones. I don't know.
Let me do like what we used to do when I grew up in Chicago. We would get strings and tie them to the big wheel. Come on, Queen.
We could put one of them on the hood. And
we could play some games. Let's ride them around in the middle of the desert.
So I have a question, Queen. Can you hear me?
I'm listening.
Okay, so Candace was on a live, and she admitted that they didn't have a tub in the house. They just had a shower. And if you want your kids back, somebody asked her like to buy a tub or whatnot, or a portable tub, and she refused it. If you want your kids back, why would you refuse like help to get your kids back with like just a simple thing by buying a tub for the house? They don't have a tub.
Shannon, who offered a tub?
One of the people in the chat offered. It was weird.
I want you to think about what you're saying. If I offer the tub, somebody's got to install the tub, Shannon.
Well, they looked on Amazon. And they have like portable tubs. I looked it up myself.
I can't. But think about
this is weird.
A portable tub, it's got to be able to hook up to a way to get water through it, sweetheart. And it's got to drain.
Correct. That's what I was asking you.
So it would be more work you offering a tub because it has to be installed. It has to, the formalities of putting in plumbing. It's called plumbing.
Well, they said if they would connect it to the shower, because they have a shower, in the bathroom. I don't know. It was just weird. I had to ask you about that.
Okay. How about this? How about somebody offer a small thing of gasoline?
Okay.
A container. Not go further.
What, like that?
I'll chip in the $1 pilot lighter. So that's all I'm gonna spend.
Okay.
It's $1.10. And somebody goes around the shed and douse it with gasoline. And blow that motherfucker up. How about that?
I agree.
Me too.
That's what they should do.
I'm surprised someone hasn't done it already.
Exactly. And that's what I find so interesting about these people. All this old slick ass talk everybody doing. No vigilante justice for someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because let's be truthful. How easy would it be?
Well, they have cameras now.
Oh, my. Must I enlighten you of Hollyville living? No main lights on the road, dear. So don't nobody give a damn about no damn cameras at the beginning of the drive or up to the top of that fucking cabin. You got to come out of there at some point. Stay woke. Bump your ass while you're going out to get cigarettes and run your ass off the damn road. See, this is why I laugh at these two heathens, because they take a lot for granted. That it's a shock, truthfully, that nobody hasn't done something to them. Because you've got people who would do it for free. They don't need a down payment on nothing. Lie in wait. And wait till they come out that driveway and run their ass off a damn road. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes, it probably will happen. Keep talking on YouTube.
Right.
See, these are fools. They're utter fools because they don't care about anything. And you're going to meet your match. Somebody who has nothing to lose. That's why I keep trying to tell people, be careful the things you do out here in these streets. You understand what I'm saying? When you keep talking crazy to people, cussing and fussing and doing all of those crazy nonsense, like they little friend, all that hooping and hollering and stuff. Baby, you got to come outside your house one day. And if they get jiggy enough, they're coming there and push your damn door open. And ain't nobody going to care nothing about no damn trail camera. That shit don't mean nothing because I can cut the wire. Stay woke. Did I come in there like they came up the dog trail? Yeah, that part. And guess what? Get you while you're live. You like going live all the time.
Right.
Imagine that. That'd be the last like and view you get.
Yep.
Imagine that. Somebody busting you to the white meat on a live.
I think it would be amazing.
Torture would be even better.
Sure would.
And asking you on a live, where is Summer Wells? These some sick folks, man. I'm telling you. Just keep it. That's right. You reap what you sow. Those two are a piece of work. And they just gonna keep on. They're gonna get the right ones, I'm trying to tell you. Yeah. Somebody who has nothing to lose. Because that's how they act. They don't care. They don't care. They have no regard for themselves nor their children, or anybody else. And you're running around here hanging with these people, talking to them, laughing it up, whatever the hell you're doing at 110, you're sick as they are.
Yes.
Yes.
You need to check yourself.
For real.
You check yourself.
All right, guys, I got to go to bed.
All right, baby. Thanks for joining me.
I just want to say that I stand by what I've stood by since the beginning. I think poor Summer was sold or trafficked.
Okay.
Yeah. So, God bless her.
Okay.
And y'all have a good night.
You too, baby. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye-bye. All right. Well, Shannon, what do you want to say? And I'm going to check out of here.
Well, you know what? I want to look piggyback, sorry, on what she said. I was wondering if she was sold too, but I'm not with the Illuminati and all that.
Let me tell you something. Don't nobody care about that crazy stuff. The stuff that go on in America and abroad, that stuff is regular, random folks.
Yes,
these stories you hear,
trafficking.
these children, most of that stuff is somebody's mama, daddy, caretaker, somebody that was around the children. Same thing with grown folks. It ain't no conspiracy. Pookie, Ray, husband, wife, sister, cousin did it. Come on with all that.
I believe they probably did traffic that girl. They didn't want her no more.
They could have.
I don't know. But Queen, I love your show. I be watching and I feel more comfortable now coming out.
But you know, hey, let me say this before I leave. A decent person doesn't have Summer Wells, because a decent person knows that if the child is found with them, how is he or she going to explain the child in their periphery, their custody?
I don't believe she's still alive.
Okay, so that's what I'm trying to say. Even if she went with a decent person, let's say, you are holding a child that has an Amber Alert out. How are you going to explain what she's doing in your custody? So how is that going to fare for you? It wouldn't fare well. Your ass be in jail. Because Candy and Donnie gonna do nothing but lie. Say, oh, she came to get ice cream. They took her for a ride. And then they got to explain why they lied and issued a fake report. See where I'm going? So that leaves the latter. You sold, bartered, and or y'all accident and or delivered.
Yeah.
And with all this extensive line, that's something people do when it's delivered.
Yes.
If you all compare all these cases where the children went missing, was gone, wasn't seen, like this bullshit with the little girl gone for 2 years, all that's heinous to me. That means y'all was around the person and didn't ask where the children is. Okay. It's because the child is either gone permanently. Could be that rare case, adopted, but you could just say that. You would have never filed a report if you knew you gave your child up to an adoption agency. So that's why I debunked that. Because you could easily just say, oh, she went to go live with my sister, cousin, whatever, and that's your business. That's your child. You don't owe nobody no explanation.
Correct.
It's something sinister.
Most definitely, it's demonic. That's what
I don't believe she's alive, because I go by stats. I go by what has been said by the parents, and I also go by what TBI has given you. And TBI came forward soon after and said it is rare for us not to have a lead within a few days of a missing child. A few days. And it's not to say this hasn't happened before with missing children, because there are some children that are still missing and they've been gone for years. But what they're saying, the abduction theory, we would have something within a few days. Why? They have nothing. Approaching month number 7 now. You have nothing to give to the public of an abduction. And everything that's been repeated by these people, Jody Sue, whoever, is basically being debunked. So that only leaves the people in the house, because everybody knows in true crime, you work your way from inside to outside.
Correct.
When there's nothing left inside, then I work my way out for a suspect. They still on the inside. That's why Don and Candy have not been removed as suspects. And that's the gist of the story. I don't give a damn about no lie detector test. Well, then why the hell you ain't been removed as a suspect?
Exactly.
How hard would it be for them to say, we are no longer looking at the parents? We're looking outside the wells. Because you're still looking at the wells. And I got a feeling they got suspect number 1 and 2.
And probably 3 and 4.
Well, possibly some others. But they still on the chopping block. And the fact that when they went to go search in November, why are they looking around your area where you live and nowhere else? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
They said they've searched different places, out of state, all that. But don't you think they would have told the public? We went to Kentucky, we went to New York, we went to wherever.
Yeah.
We went to North Carolina, Georgia, Alabama. Even with the Cal City case, they went out of state too. They never told you where. And now it's possible they've got remains of those children or one.
Sad world.
It's very sad. And the sick part of this story is that people will continue to hurt their children and do the same thing that these MFs have done, crying, oh, my child missing. And that's what bothers me the most, is that you see people getting arrested eventually for these crimes, and yet you will still go out here and do it. That's what bothers me, is that you still will go out here and commit a heinous crime against your own child, knowing they're going to look at you as a suspect because they're supposed to. So why would you do it? And yet people still go out and hurt their children, go out and hurt their husband, wife, brothers, sisters. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
How many times you've seen people arrested for murdering their loved one, their children, and yet people still will go out and do it. That's something wrong with you. So that's why it doesn't matter about prison, jail, a lethal injection. They don't care because they are narcissists and they believe they're going to get away with the crime. It's a now crime. I got to do it now. I'll worry about the repercussions later. Because you have to know you could go to jail, because trust me, you ain't dotted all the I's and crossed all the T's. "50 ways to kill a person. 100 ways to get caught."
Say that again.
Amen. You always forget something. And the fact these two dodo birds can't stay off of YouTube tells you everything you need to know.
Exactly.
They think they got it down. They ain't got nothing. They don't know nothing. We got this. They'll never find her. So I'm going to say this to Don and Candy directly. Did you dot all your I's and cross all your T's? Did you? You better hope you did. Because if you didn't, then both of you going to be up in there eating some other big black woman's cornbread and muffins in jail. Because Black women sure make good cornbread. I'm out of here, baby.
Thanks for having me.
Anytime. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night, baby. That was Shanna. I want to thank you all for joining me. This is a very interesting live. I had no idea it was going to go the way it went. There's been a lot of buffoonery on the wire pertaining to this child and her bio donors. Not very much about Summer. A lot of negativity. And it's sad. You're welcome, sweetheart. It's very sad because she deserved to have a full life. She deserved to be happy. She deserved to get her girl prize. But I do not believe our baby is still here. And that's the sad part. I'm praying for the truth. I'm praying for justice. God knows everything. And it's on his time how things will unfold. This is sad to me because we shouldn't even be talking about Summer Wells. We shouldn't be talking about her brothers going to foster care. Shouldn't even be talking because these are children. They didn't ask to be here. And they weren't afforded the luxury of having decent people, thank you, honey, to raise them. And sadly, this will not be the last case where we will be talking about children missing, found deceased, abused, neglected, trafficked, sexually assaulted. And that's the sad part. I don't know why I hit that. I didn't mean to hit that, but I'm sorry about that. It's just sad to me. And all the buffoonery with the children's bio donors here on the YT and people indulging them, it just shows you how sick the world is. And they are indeed sick. And these people who are aiding them, enabling them, coddling them, doing shit for views and likes, you're just like them. And that's why you gravitated towards them, because you're cut from the same cloth. You are Don and Candy. And you are no different. And I don't feel anything for you. Care nothing about you. Because you're not important. What's important is finding Summer Wells and the welfare of her brothers. And if you're into the buffoonery that these people are offering for entertainment, knock yourself out. But it's sad because this child is missing. How long she's been missing, I don't really know. They found the bleed boy H and his mother, 15. But nonetheless, she's not here where we can see her. And if she is alive, she wouldn't go back to them. I think we know this. She would go into the system. And yes, better than them, than with them, but still tragic nonetheless of another child going into foster care. Very, very sickening. But as someone said, that is the system. That's what it's designed for, is to step in when there is no one to take care of the children. There has to be a safety net. And sometimes it's not worthy. It doesn't work. But you have to have something for people who abuse their children, for people who give up their children. That's why it's there. We're going to pray for Summer. We're going to pray for her brothers. We're going to pray for all the little children who have not been afforded the opportunity to have a good family background and not raised by decent people, human beings, worthy people. We're going to pray. And we're praying we don't get any more stories like Summer Wells. because this is a travesty. And I don't know if the state dropped the ball, but it's looking like if they weren't involved in the business of these people before the 15th, something's off. Because either they gave a pass to these people to keep their kids after the child went missing, or they didn't care, the state, or they were never involved in investigating the wells. It's like I tell people, you need a receipt. Talk is cheap. Bring a receipt. Because you can't logically explain leaving 3 boys in a house that was filthy, unkempt, junked up outside, cold, sterile inside, no proper sheets, bedding, clothes probably piled up, wires running everywhere, disaster waiting to happen, and you think that was okay to leave 3 itty bitty spiders. Hell no. Hell no. Where are the children? And did the Wills give their boys up? Are they getting their kids back? Or did the state say they're not getting them back? And with all that's going on with the Wills and social media, YT specifically, there's no way in hell they would give them those kids. Not now. Not never. Why would they? Thank you for joining me. If you want to donate to the channel, $ Big Angie, 129 Cash App. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll get back with you guys a little bit later. God bless all of you. Stay safe. Have a safe week. We're expecting snow again tomorrow, so pray for us here in East Tennessee and other places that will be receiving snow. God bless all of you. I'll talk to you guys later. It's been a journey this evening. Thank you so much. And pray for me because I've been raspy. I don't know how I made it through this live. I got my booster yesterday. So pray for me. Thank you all so much. God bless all of you. This is Everyday Shenanigans. Thank you, Whodunit. God bless all of you. Prayers and justice for Summer Wells. Amen. And her brothers.